got Assault on Lothlorien.
Yep.
We've got... I'm going to stop saying we've got. We've got... Sorry, Dragons of the North.
Okay, hello. Welcome to episode 4 of Talking Shire, a podcast about the Middle-earth strategy battle game from the community here in the northeast of England. First off, I'm going to say Happy New Year, because this is the first one of 2026. So my name's Jamie. Once again, I'm joined by Nick.
Hello.
And Johnathan.
Hello.
As we talk all sorts of rubbish about the game we love. So this week we're going to talk a little bit about the meta of 2025. Well, kind of. We're going to flip it on its head.
The upcoming meta of 2026.
Yeah, that's more like it. But before we start, congratulations, Johnathan. Because you've just got engaged.
I have just got engaged.
Well, congratulations.
Not hobby related.
Not hobby related, but
thank you very much
a person related.
Thank you.
So congratulations.
Yeah,
I need to say that. Okay. So we will start off then. I'll tell you what we'll do. Should we do QA first, or shall we just go into the podcast?
Why don't we... Q&A first.
Q&A first.
Should we explain what we're going to...
Yes, we'll explain what we're talking about.
Yeah, a little preface.
Okay, well, Nick, this was your idea, so why don't you explain?
So, today, we're going to have a bit more of a good vibe setup than what the community sometimes is known for. Wargamers notoriously being very grumpy people. So we're going to go over some of the really bottom-performing armies. We've picked a couple each.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And we're going to talk about why you should play them.
Yes.
And how you might be able to make them work.
Yes.
With a bit of a pinch of salt on something.
Yeah, one of mine might be we'll need a massive FAQ errata to fix it. But,
and
you know.
The caveat that all of our tips don't necessarily mean that you will win.
Yes. Yeah.
Sorry about that.
That's where the pinch of salt comes in.
You just didn't follow it right.
Yeah. We take on no liability for any losses.
No, absolutely not. If you've paid £25 for a tournament and followed our advice and don't win said tournament, you can't sue us.
Sorry.
That's a disclaimer right there.
Yeah.
Cool. Right, okay. Who wants to start then?
Oh, we're on the spot now.
Oh,
I'll tell you what, since it was my idea, I'll go first.
Okay.
Right, off you go.
So my first army will probably come as a shock to absolutely nobody. It's the White Council.
Poor White Council.
And this is it's an odd one because there are some scenarios that they're really good at. Yes. Obviously. Like Contest of Champions absolutely dominate because you've got 1,000,000,001 sources of transfix and you've got Elrond as a nice convenient hero to put at the front. Last edition, depending on who you took, Contest of Champions could be terrible because there's a non-zero chance that you'd get forced to have Saruman in a 1v1 fight with somebody much better than Saruman. But now, the Wizards all get 2 attacks, which is a vast improvement on the 1 that most of them used to have. Yeah. You've got a good strong Elrond, and there is a sort of chain that you can set up with them of various spells that buff each other in different ways. But on normal games, it doesn't necessarily help you. But I have recently been finding that there's fun to be had in losing. If you just set yourself the challenge of seeing how many turns it takes you to make your opponent crash out. I found even if they're winning comfortably, they still get really mad at some of the stuff you can pull with this list, and that's worth the loss in my opinion.
Yes. I have been on this end, and it is infuriating.
especially when I'm on the opposite side of the table, cackling with glee.
So you're saying that all the enjoyment of this list comes out of making other people cry?
Not all the enjoyment, but it's a not insignificant part of the enjoyment. But the other part of it is there are ways of chipping a win. You just have to kind of ignore the scenario to a point.
Yeah.
So the main way you can chip a win is the way things work with the army now. It's very resilient. Chances are by the end of the game, you're probably not going to be broken unless you're really having a bad time. And depending on what you take, you might not have even lost a model. Wow. I've had a not insignificant number of games where the only model I've lost has been Thrain. And I've even had some games where I haven't even lost Thrain. And you can use that to your advantage, use the death ball to your advantage, and what you can do is they've all got their overlapping rules. So you've got the banner from Elrond, you've got the re-rolling strikes of 1 from Gandalf, Rowdy gives you woodland creature, and Galadriel's is less useful in the resistance to magic, but she herself is an absolute beast.
Yes.
So have all that together, make a nice little death ball, position them just the way there's a little gap in the middle, so you're never going to get trapped.
Yeah.
And you can slaughter your way through just about anything with that. Make sure that Elrond's always going into the high fight guys, because he can strike up, and he's already got a high fight himself.
Yeah.
Make sure that Gandalf's near him, so he's rerolling wants to strike. Elrond himself, even on his own, he's rerolling 2 dice in his fight, because he's got Lord of the West, and he's got the banner effect on himself.
Yeah.
And if you smash your way through their army to break them, carry on smashing your way through their army until you get to the general, to slaughter the general, you'll get the breaking points, you'll get the general kill points. Chances are, as long as Elrond is your general, which gets a bit trickier if you take Saruman, but if you leave Saruman, bench Saruman, and take Elrond as your general, chances are he's going to be alive.
Yeah.
Because he's really hard to kill. Because he's got his high fight, he's got his high defense, and he's got his rerollable fate.
Yeah.
And there's also a non-zero chance that he won't have even taken a wound.
Yeah.
And even if he does take a wound, this is where the fun comes in. He's got Renew.
Yeah.
Radagast has Renew.
Yeah.
And Gandalf has Strength and Will. So you can Strength and Will on Elrond and let him do a 3-up Renew on himself. And then just keep repeating that turn by turn. And that's where the glory of White Council being able to cast in combat comes in. Because it, at a first glance, doesn't seem as good as it might be, because you lose access to anything that knocks down. So you lose access to Nature's Wrath, you lose access to Wrath of Bruni, you lose access to Sorcerer's Blast.
Yeah.
But you keep Transfix.
Yeah.
You keep Strength and Will. You keep Banish. You keep Renew.
Yeah.
And those are all really good.
Yeah. What's Transfix cast on for the most part? Is it 3+ or the 4+?
It's mostly 4+.
4+.
It's 3+ on Saruman, I think.
Yeah.
But it's 4+ on the other two.
Yeah. Still 50-50. It's still really good.
But if you get a bit lucky and arrange things just right, you can sort of get yourself into a nice position. Because I've had games before where someone's charging to Elrond with a single model just to shut down Wrath.
Yeah.
Or they're charging to Raddy with a single model to shut down Nature's Wrath. And if they've done that, and Galadriel's in range, which she probably will be because her banish is a 12-inch range and she can cast it on anybody, sure, they get a free dice to resist.
Yeah.
But if you get that 6 or even a 5, that free dice might not do much. So if you can banish a warrior away from someone like Elrond,
and then
before he activates, all of a sudden he's free to do his wrath now because there's nothing holding him in. You can still activate even though you've been charged. And again, as long as you keep doing your Strength and Will with Gandalf, you can keep doing those wraths over and over and over again. You can 2 dice it, Strength and Will, 2 dice it again, then Strength and Will, and then just start 1 dice again every turn after that. And like it goes up with a 4-up. Like it's going to happen a fair amount of the time.
Yeah.
So you can get a lot done with that. The tricky bit, when you're on an objective game, is scoring just enough objective points to chip you over that halfway mark.
Yeah.
If you do it quickly enough, you might not need any. But if you do need them, you've got dominant 3, so you'll get some. But the tricky bit is making sure you don't break your opponent too quickly. Or quarter them too quickly. I've lost games before where I've actually done too well at the start.
You trying to split up at the last second. Yeah.
But what you can do is you can peel off someone like Radagast. For instance, if you decide to take the Slay, I personally don't think the Slay's worth it. But if you did decide to take it, it's very fast.
Yeah.
So you could peel him off and drop him by an objective.
Yeah.
Without too much trouble. And he can take Terrifying Aura and Aura of Dismay on himself, which makes him quite difficult to charge.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he can drop down Writhing Vines, which makes him even more difficult to charge.
Yeah.
Which is, if you don't know, creates a patch of difficult terrain. So what you need to do is get them close to breaking, then peel one person off to try and grab something.
Yeah.
And then break them. So I'd probably recommend charging generals first, get generals out of the way.
Yeah.
Then start working on breaking them and just peel one person off. Maybe 2, depending on how confident you're feeling or what you're up against.
Yeah.
If you're up against something like Return of the King, you can peel Galadriel off easy because she can just mince through those ghosts absolutely no trouble whatsoever. Another part of the list that I think is definitely undervalued is Thrain. Because I did the maths on this once, and by having Gandalf nearby, who can modify his intelligence just by 1 point in either direction, I forget exactly what it was, but I think it was something along the lines of it made him 9 times more likely to pass.
Goodness me.
That's very good.
Yeah.
And a lot more likely to get a double as well.
Yeah.
So, because you need a 6, and it's like, well, if you roll a 5, there's a lot of combinations to make a 5, and you just tip that up to a 6, and you're just so much more likely to get a double.
Yeah.
So you're going to have a lot of times where he's Fight 4, Fearless, 3 attacks, I think, and Strength 4.
Wow.
Which makes him a pretty good blender for infantry. But also, something that I've definitely used to great effect, which leads very, very, very well into the crashing out your opponent strat, is if you roll a 6 and it's not a double, or you roll a 6 and he's only on 1 wound and he's in a stupid place, you can knock it down to a 5 and fail it.
Yeah.
And then you've just given your opponent a brick. You've got Thrain sitting there, and they can't charge him because it's their model now.
Yes.
Or even better, if you're up against somebody, Johnathan could patch with this one, up against somebody with quite good shooting in their army, and you're out in the open but not near any combat, you can fail that test and then run one of your models into Thrain. And now he can't shoot.
Now he can't shoot.
Now he can't shoot because he's in combat. And Thrain, when the opponent controls him, only gets 1 attack and he's fight 2, so he's not likely to win the combat.
No.
And as White Council, you can't make strikes against him.
Wow.
So you probably win the combat, don't make strikes, just separate, and all you've done is waste your opponent's time for a turn.
Just calm him down.
Just calm him down for a minute.
It's okay. Come back to the good side.
Yeah. We'll take 5 minutes. Take a breather. You'll be all right.
Ignore the arrows. No one's shooting at us.
So what are you using your might for in this list then? Moving first, maybe?
Mostly striking.
Okay.
Because you get strikes on Elrond, Gandalf, and Galadriel.
Yeah.
Elrond doesn't need it as often as the others, but it's worth keeping if your opponent does have something that either has strike themselves or has high fight.
Yeah.
Or if they're like a troll or something.
Yes.
Or an eagle. So Elrond I almost always use it on strike. Galadriel I almost always use it on strike.
Yeah.
Gandalf I mostly use it on strike.
Yeah.
Raddy I use it on moves.
Okay.
Because the only other you can channel with it, but not always worth it. You've got enough dice to be able to get most spells off.
Yeah.
Sometimes I use it on defense because for some reason Radagast has a habit of getting absolutely dogpiled. I think it's because people realise that he's the only one, well, the only one that I take, the only one other than Saruman, who doesn't get to reroll his fate, so they just see blood and just throw absolutely everything at him because they get so sick of winning combats and doing nothing that they just
throw everything
want to see somebody dead. So there's definitely some use in using defense on him, but that tends to be my go-to.
So why do you think it hasn't podiumed yet?
I think because it's a nuisance to use.
Right. Okay.
And it's taken me quite a while to get to a point where I feel like I can win games full stop. Like most of the tournaments I took him to since the new edition came out, I would lose pretty much every game, if not actually every game.
Yeah.
It's only recently I've started figuring out the strat, and part of that is you can't completely ignore the scenarios, but you need to mostly ignore the scenario and then just peel up at the end to grab stuff.
Yeah.
And then in that, even in the same vein though, there are some scenarios where you're just really stuck. For example, something like Escort the Wounded.
Yeah.
You kind of need 6 models for that. And you're probably only going to have, you might have 6 models.
Yeah.
If you take all of them.
You can't stay
but one of them is Thrain.
You can't stay in your death ball for that.
Yeah, you can't stay in your death ball for that.
Yeah.
You can try and you can pick up one body altogether and then move to the next one and then move to the next one and then run them off. But then one of those is going to get carried by a single person at some point because Thrain's going to go nuts.
Yeah.
And he's going to walk off.
Yeah.
So that one's really difficult. And the best you can do on those ones is sort of try and prevent your opponent from scoring.
Yeah.
So the last one I played of that, I tried to get a body off, and I did get a body off.
Oh, did you?
But by that point, I was way off in the distance, and that was what I played against Johnathan, and you were quite comfortably able to get all 3 of yours off.
Yeah.
Which then meant I could table you, and it wouldn't have mattered, and it didn't matter. I almost tabled you.
It was pretty close. It was a close game.
It was a close game, and that's the thing is you need to get 2 off if you're going to do it that way. So what you need to do is sometimes you need to focus more on preventing your opponent from scoring than scoring yourself.
Yeah.
And then just try and get a little bit of points.
Yeah.
So those ones where you need to sort of fan out a little bit are very tricky. But I think there is a use case for some of the objective ones in just baiting your opponent to try and come over and fight, especially if they haven't killed anything. They're going to get real mad, and they're going to want to try and kill something.
Just throw everything into someone. Yeah, I think it's called the Wounded. You get points for being over the halfway, don't you? So even if the White Council got a couple, even just across the halfway,
and you get a couple points just for holding them.
Yes, yeah.
So it's worth picking one up, and then because you're deathballing anyway. If you pick one up, maybe pick the second one up because you're going to have 4 models in the list that aren't going to die easily and aren't going to want to peel off and separate or cause problems or whatever. So you could potentially be holding 2 of them and then start walking to your corner and killing everything on the way. Ones that would be very tricky would be things like, fortification points.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
While you've got dominant, it's only dominant 3, and you're only going to have 5 or 6 models.
Yeah.
And
you can't call more than 2 or 3, really.
Yeah.
That's 5 or 6 models is like 800 points. Is that?
5 models would be 650, and 8
Right.
would be 800.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of points. As few models as you get.
Well, it's 620, but yeah, no one runs 620 events.
But we're talking like only two or 3 scenarios is really going to struggle with. And the rest of them are going to do okay with.
Yeah, there's a lot of scenarios where you can win.
Yeah.
You just have to really think about where you're moving and where you're doing your magic.
Yeah.
And that's another thing is like you're so beholden to your magic.
Yeah.
I've had the last game I played with them, Radagast failed every single spell that he cast.
Yeah. If you're so heavily reliant on
failed
one
it,
thing.
failed it. Some of them weren't even difficult. Like it gets terrifying aura from a 3. Failed that every time I tried it.
Nice.
And when that happens, you're in real trouble.
Yeah.
It's all the halflings weed is adult his brain.
Another place you're going to struggle will be certain matchups. For example, very high courage or fearless armies are a nightmare. Because one of the only ways that you're able to get across the board is relying on the fact that only a handful of guys can charge you at a time, or you're at least going to dictate the charges. Because you can use, you can give everybody terror through Terrifying Aura on the wizards, and then obviously Aura on the Galadriel get it natively. And Galadriel has her 6-inch bubble of -1 courage. You can give the same thing to Radagast. Obviously they don't stack, but it means if one of them dies, you've still got it.
Yeah.
And Galadriel can instill fear if you want to be cheeky and cause everyone to have to do 2 courage tests.
Yes.
But then as soon as you're up against something like Men of the West or Ents is another one, you'll have a horrible time against Ents because you can't Nature's Wrath them, you can't Wrath the Bruin in them, and they're fearless. So those sorts of matchups are pretty grim because that's your main defense. But you could still just about cheese your way through them as long as you maintain the death ball.
Yes.
It's just going to be a lot harder, and you won't be able to peel off one model. No. Because they will get trapped immediately, hacked to absolute pieces. So on that one, like it might be the matter of like aiming for a minor loss, so that you don't have too much of a VP difference on the table, rather than aiming for a win, or try and end the game before it starts and just slaughter everything before they've had a chance to score anything. But
that works too.
That's pretty much what it boils down to. Is you're not going to be playing the objectives the way you're supposed to. You're going to be trying to
think outside the box,
stop your opponent from scoring. And kill them before they have a chance to do anything. Yeah. And if you're desperate at the end, try and just tag one thing. Just to chip you over.
Some points,
But if you do that, you'll probably find you do closer than you'd expect. So I think a lot of people see White Council expect they're going to go 20-0 every time. As a loss. And not the case in my experience. While I lose more often than I win, the losses tend to be very close.
Yeah.
Nice.
Are you going to go for top White Council player on Longshanks?
I am. I'm currently... I was 3rd, but then somebody else, one of the persons started playing them, and they must have done like a couple of tournaments back to back, and they chipped ahead of me.
Yeah.
There is currently nobody in 1st place, because on Longshanks you need to have a score of 500 before you're allowed to claim 1st place for anything.
Yeah. Oh, really?
And none of the White Council players have a score of 500. So, but hopefully, spoiler alert, unless this goes out after, which it probably will, I'll be taking them to the 100 in Middlesbrough.
Nice.
And that's 6 games, so that hopefully that'll be enough games, and there'll be enough wins amongst those 6 that I'll be able to just jump up the list on a long chance.
That's 650 points, isn't it?
650 points. So that will be for me, basically everyone except Saruman.
Yeah.
And no Slay.
Nice.
So I'm going to be taking 620, because it's the trade-off. You can either have the Slay or Thrain.
Okay.
Because if you take both, you end up 5 points over. It's so annoying.
Right.
So I go with Thrain because the shenanigans are worth it.
Yeah.
And the problem with the Slay is, while it can't be trapped, it's D3.
Yes.
So you might not be getting trapped, but they're probably going to, because it's got that enormous base, you're going to have like 20 models piling into you.
Yes. And the shots as well, even if you come against shooting army, D3s.
Yeah.
Not lasting long, is it?
It'll go pretty quick.
It's a tricky one. It's like it could potentially work again in certain matchups, but the impact hits are only strength 4. So if you go up against like Gondor with the tinnies, you're probably not going to be killing much with the impact hits, and then you're just going to get dogpiled.
Right. Jump on, guys.
How many wounds is the Slay as well?
It's got a lot of wounds. It's got 4 wounds, if I remember rightly, and you can heal it. You can renew it.
Oh. Okay, so maybe that's...
So like, it can be okay. It's good against like squishy armies. Like if you're up against like Goblin Town, or Hobbits or Wild Men, you'll probably be all right.
Yeah,
because Raddy will have just enough fight to be able to win those fights as well.
Yeah.
But if you're up against something with high fight and they've got a decent amount of heroes and they've got high armor, then you're gonna have a miserable time.
I suppose. Do you think like it's a bit of like? Is it the right idea to be renewing the Slay as well, or are you wasting your
renew?
Your spells that you should be using on like Wrath of the Bruinen or things like that.
Well, Raddy can renew himself.
Oh, okay.
So you can use your free will on it.
Okay.
And if you've already been charged, you can't Nature's Wrath.
Yeah.
So I think there is a use case for renewing the Slay. I don't think it's worth fating the Slay.
Yeah.
Because Radagast has a higher defense than the Slay does. So you're better off waiting for the Slay to die. And one advantage you got with that is a lot of people's tendency to throw all their dice at once. If they do that, they can't hurt Raddy because he has a different defense to the Slay.
Yeah.
And so you can't pick and choose which dice go on what. So you are forcing your opponent to have to roll them one at a time. And if they're not willing to do that, then you basically get a free turn of being alive. But if they are patient enough to roll their dice one at a time, Raddy's also probably going to die because he's still only D5 and he doesn't get to rerise.
No.
And the way the rule works as well is whoever was in base contact with the Slay gets to carry on making the strikes.
Right, yeah.
So again, if you've got like 15 models into you and the first 10 of them wound, that's still 5 dice that are going to go on to Raddy afterwards.
Yes. And he's not...
Well, D5,
that could do him.
It could do him.
Yeah.
Nice.
Right.
Okay. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
That's some insight.
Yeah, it's good to be on the podcast with a future world's best White
Yeah,
Council player.
Yes.
And hopefully this does go out.
Yeah.
Hopefully this just go out after Middlesbrough and nobody knows my tactics. otherwise it's all going to go out the window and I'm just going to get raffles
Delay
onto
the
my
release. Yes. Okay.
Who knows, if it goes out beforehand, there might be more White Council players.
Maybe.
At the hundreds.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, I know.
Do yours next?
I mean, I don't know how much I've got to say about mine. I mean, we had a little discussion about it last night, but my first one, I mean, yours is something you play all the time. But my first one is something that I've wanted to play this whole time, but I've never got around to, and that's Wraiths on Wings. It's probably obvious why this one's never podiumed. Because you just can't get enough models in to do anything remotely good. It really struggles. So it's got some cool rules. So with the full force charge, so you get a strength 5 hit on the charge already, and then you can just keep flying if you kill the thing you charge. And I don't think you necessarily have to charge afterwards either. So you just charge into something, kill it, fly off again, do a magic on the way. So it's and then you've got the strafing attack, so you fly over the top, you do a strength 5 hit, and then knock them prone if you don't kill them, which can be good on heroes, because it's just a free, because they're going to survive that, and then off the horse or whatever. So it's got, the two main rules are pretty good. It's just let down by its numbers. I think you can get, at 500 points, you can only fit 2 of them in. 600 points, you can get 3 in. But by 600 points, you start getting your big shooty armies, your siege weapons. And it only takes one good shot against a ring wraith, and it feels its fate. And it's good. That's it. One model down, third of your army disappeared. That's just
that's the main thing when I think of Wraiths on Wings, that I think, oh my god, this sucks. because it doesn't matter how many, like, there's such a glass cannon.
Yes, that's it.
Someone could throw one bow in the first turn. If you roll terribly, that's it.
That's just
the end of the race.
And as I said, if you were doing a 500-point game, for example, you've only got 2 in there. That's half your army, just done in one shot. And it's glass cannon. I think I don't know. I really want it to work, and I just think if you were able to fit more in at certain points. You'd have an extra ring wraith to cast magic. You'd have an extra ring wraith. Like, it's that magic dice as well. I was using the will point every time in turn they're in combat. So the will of evil. So you've only got them for so many turns anyway. As soon as they get into combat, and if you're not moving first, they only got 2 might each anyway. So you're not moving first very often. So it's just got so many weaknesses. But I took Flying Circus to an event last year, and it was 3 ring wraiths and a bunch of warg riders. Which was part of a Mordor list, and it was so much. Yes, Johnathan loves this list.
This whole episode is going to be YouTube listing armies that I've playing against you.
Yeah, basically. Why they should be
I've
good
given
again.
you nightmares.
Yeah.
No, it was fun.
It was very fun.
Yeah.
So I just darted around the board with the 3-ring race. Well, my Warg Riders just charged everyone, and me Warg Captain, me Orc Captain, sorry, he stuck around for how many turns? 3 or 4 turns? Trapped. 5 turns.
There were 12 dice against his 2, and he didn't have the fight value in that fight. And he won the combat and then killed Xenophobe.
Yeah, that's right. That is correct.
Who was my general.
Yeah.
And then the next turn, I thought, right, well, at least I know I'll get revenge this turn. And then I did, it happened again. He killed like 3 fountain court or something like that. I could not believe it.
That was very fluky.
It was a great game.
But I would love to do something like that again. I think you can build it in a Mordor list now, where you can do the ring race and the Warg or captain on a Warg, or just or captain and then bring some Warg Riders with you. So you do something similar. But the race on wings, I just think it's such an iconic scene in that movie, where they're chasing down all of those. Running from Osgiliath to Minas Tirith, and Faramir's there. You've got a bunch of knights, a bunch of people on foot just running away from these races. They just cause havoc. Yeah. And I think it should be. It takes Gandalf blasting light at them for them just to fly away, rather than So it should probably be better. Yeah.
I'm of the opinion that it could potentially work at 2 very specific levels.
I can see what's coming here.
600. Because you can squeeze 3 near enough fully upgraded, and everything's at the Crown of Morgul.
Yes.
And I think that could potentially work at like a GBHL 80 or a GBHL 90.
Yeah.
Because they're kind of like 3 trolls if you pick some of the more mediocre rules for them.
Yeah.
And I think it would take some real movement shenanigans, and it would take, again, ignoring the objective and just try and kill the general, break the army.
Well, that's it.
Because if you can do your first charge into as many models as possible, if you first charge is like 3 things, you might get lucky and kill 3, and then just make sure that as part of that charge you went over something else.
Yes.
To then get the strafing attack. You've got fairly high fight, so hopefully you get the kills in that combat.
Yeah.
And then you do that a few times, and you're probably getting reasonably close to breaking an army before you having to worry about will.
Yeah, true.
I would potentially be reluctant to use the will on magic. Like, it seems stupid because they've got really good magic, but I would maybe only do that occasionally.
Yeah.
But I think the nerf to Black Dart.
Yeah.
I think if Black Dart was the same as last edition, then this, because they could just strafe around the edge of the board, Black Dart and things, kite a few turns, charge over things. That probably would have given it a bit more of a.
I think for me it would just be like a couple of tactical transfixes.
Yeah.
In terms of magic, but the other value I think they could work at, which never shows up, but if it did, I think 550.
Oh, I thought you were going to say 200.
No, too well. We're going to keep hush-hush about that one. We'll know in a week. But 550 potentially, for basically the same reasons, because it's functionally the same list, just with slightly less armor and slightly less Morgals. To take armor off 2 of them and take Morgul off 1.
Yeah.
At 550. And that could potentially be even better, because the +1 armor on a Fell Beast isn't much of an upgrade. It's nice, but it's not massive.
Unless you're going up against the Strength 3 boars, but how often you're going to get... Because by the time you've charged... Strength 3 boars are usually good models, and by the time you've charged them, they can't shoot you anyway. So it really comes into effect the D7, to be fair.
And so...
especially for the points cost. I'm sure it's like 20 points more.
20 points more.
For 1 defence.
So... The problem as well is that as soon as they're in combat, everyone just ignores the Fell Beast.
Yes.
Doesn't matter what.
They just go straight to the
Beast
ring. Are you in the mind that there should be an in the way test for hitting a wing wraith on a Fell Beast?
I think in Wraiths on Wings they should combine wounds.
Yeah,
I think that would make them
last a bit longer,
enough tougher without them being insane.
Yeah,
because it's still, if they don't do enough damage, they'd
run
out of will.
They're forced to deal with the Fell Beast.
But if they've got to deal with the Fell Beast, then
unlike other monster mash armies, unless I'm wrong, I think this is the only monster mash army where you can get dismounted and just ruin it as well. So it's like, I feel like that would be fair, because like Eagles don't have to worry about that.
No.
You know, they don't have a rider that's just going to have to like crawl on their hands and knees afterwards because they're absolutely useless now because they don't have any army rules.
Yeah.
So I think that would be something like that would be good for them.
Yeah, that would be pretty good. Now, if you're listening, FAQ. Do it. Erana,
You
that
can have
stuff.
that one for free.
Yeah. So I think I really want it to be a thing. I really want it to work. I want it to be a good list because I think it'll be quite fun.
Yeah.
I do want to get me models.
It
up
looks
again.
great.
It does
Yeah.
look good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just having 3 ringleaders flying around the board would be just a lot of fun, I think.
Yeah.
So that was my first one anyway. So.
Yeah. Should I do mine now?
Yes,
So there's a slight caveat with mine. So we're doing podiumless armies, but Arathorn Stand is the one that I'm going to do, and it has podium this year, technically.
Oh well, it's not allowed. Surely.
But well, I think it gets a pass because it was me that got the podium.
Right.
Me and
congratulations.
Thomas Kindness.
Yeah.
And it was a doubles event.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah.
Where the other half of the army was Defenders of the Pelennor. So we got the Halbrad with Banner, and we got the Elven Twins as well.
Okay, right.
So that was sort of a pseudo Arathorn Stand with all of the things that I wish Arathorn Stand had.
So
it does have
great company.
Great company, essentially,
Yes,
but without Aragorn.
When I got matched against you in that tournament, me and Mike, I was almost gripping the table in rage at one point because I don't, because our list, for those that don't know, focused very heavily on catapult with 7 heads. And it was all about getting his Harbinger across the board, draining courage, making people flee. And I'd had a bit of a discussion with Mike about whether or not to include the Crown of Morgan. I was very much in favour of the Crown of Morgan. He was like, nah, I think we should have more dudes. And we ended up going with more dudes. And then you rock up with your fearless banner.
Yeah.
That makes everyone around you fearless. And I was like, if we had the crown. If we had the crown.
Yeah, the banner in Grey Company is so good. To the point that I think I would take Halbrad. After Aragorn, I would take Halbrad over Legolas. Because I think it's so...
Really?
Yeah, because if you come against something like Harbinger...
Yeah.
all of the Rangers go down to courage 7+, and it's just you can't do anything with them. They're useless. But if they're fearless, they're fantastic.
Yeah, it makes a difference. Yeah.
So Arathorn Stand, it's got loads of might, which is really fun. It's got strength 4 across the board. It's got the silent ambush special rule. I don't know if how familiar are you with Arathorn for
I mean, so, I'm fairly. I mean, I've come against you once with Arathorn Stand, and it was a maelstrom anyway. So.
That was.
Yes.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
We're actually doing like shared trauma. We've all upset each other with all of these armies.
They've never podiumed, but they've caused awful trauma.
Yeah, so the silent ambush rule means that they get the +1/-1 on Maelstrom, which I think, for me, you can never get a bad Maelstrom roll in that, because if you get a 2, put it down to a 1.
Yeah.
If you get a 3, put it up to a 4.
Yeah.
If you get a 5, and everything else got a 3, so you put those up to 4.
Yeah.
Put it down to a 4.
Yeah.
Easy peasy.
Yeah.
So it means that like you can essentially just go wherever you want to go. Yeah. And if you get the worst roll, which is a 2, just wait until next turn.
Yeah.
And then roll.
Then make it a 4 anyway.
Then just roll anything else. It doesn't matter. You can get like 1-drop warbands. I think are really important for this because there's so much like. Deployment is really important because if you get caught out, like you do have a lot of shooting in the list, but you don't have very good shooting compared to like shooting armies.
Yeah, and they've got strength 2 bows.
They've got strength 2 bows, but they all have might behind them.
Yes, they do.
So,
but you don't want to be spending it all on your bow shots.
I think there's a reasonable case to spend a lot of your might on shooting if you get a 5 and you need to go up to a 6.
Yes, yeah.
But I think the problem is when if you take the army and you just scatter shot at their front line, and you spend all of your might on their front line, great. You'll spend maybe 4 might. You might kill 5 models, if you're lucky, over 2 or 3 turns. But what you should be doing, I think, is your opponent will probably hide their heroes behind their battle line.
Yeah.
So you have the only 2 heroic actions that you have available, other than the universal ones, are Heroic Strike. You have that on Halbrad and Arathorn. and the other one is heroic accuracy.
Yes.
And you should spam that every single turn that you have the option, because so if they have a 2 wound hero behind 2 ranks of orcs or something like that, just fire everything into that hero. Everything that's possible into that hero. And all that because you've got so much might, and like if you come up against something like Army of the White Hand, then you've got a lot of sort of powerful mid-tier heroes like an Uruk-hai Scout Captain will mince through Range to the North. Like they've got better strength. They've got a better fight value. I think they've got better courage. I mean, it's a courage. It's a captain. It gets +1 to wound because it's got a 2-handed weapon. But it shouldn't ever make it to your front line. No, because you should just go through it immediately. And the good thing about doing that is that as soon as you target one of their captains, and because you essentially get +1 to wound on your first volley with everyone. It does make people think twice about putting horses on the front line, putting sort of marchers on the front line, things like that. And it means that if you can sort of dissuade your opponent from putting their heroes in front for long enough, when the lines do eventually clash, they're in a bit of an awkward position. So they don't have, Boromir on the front. He's maybe 2 ranks deep. And then if you get priority, which, again... You have so much might in the army that it's maybe one of the few times in a game where if you come against Boromir and you lose priority, you'll think, great, I'll just call a heroic move. And Boromir, your opponent might be sat there thinking, well, I only have 6 might with Boromir. do I really need to call it now? But I think, don't be shy about using the might, because in the trick, once the lines are clashed, is... Well, first of all, you don't want to have a battle line engagement. No. If you've got frontline versus frontline, you're going to lose because you're low defense, you're low model count. As soon as a hole opens, it really opens. But you can sort of counter that by picking... If you pick a sort of indirect engagement with your opponent, where you kind of keep... a couple models back to block a flank, and then you gang up on the other flank. Arathorn has the Heir of Isildur rule, so he can call heroic actions potentially for free. And I think this is, in the right game, better than Mighty Hero. Because, so I had a game recently, but to be fair, it wasn't recently. It was in October, but at a tournament where Arathorn got 7 free points of might. And it's not... I think Eorl the Young has a similar rule, but it's just the first time he spends might in a turn. But Arathorn, all the time. No.
So you could be doing 2 or 3 heroic actions every turn for free?
You can do... Potentially.
It's the same as a dragon, isn't it? The dragons can do that with superior intellect.
And it's just... It could just go on for forever. And when it does go on forever, it's... amazing.
Not for your opponent.
Not for your opponent,
Just when they all start getting angry again.
But I think...
Just want to move first.
Well, I think that's the thing. Like, you can sort of target your opponent, and they're probably not going to get... Unless... If you can shoot your opponent off their horse, their heroes, the heroes probably aren't going to get heroic combat off. Because if... So I played a game with... This was with Grey Company, but it just involves Rangers of the North. So I'll describe. I'll describe the incident. So against Elendil and Gil-galad, Elendil is like strength 5. He gets 3 attacks. He's 200. Crazy. 3 heroic combat each turn, and all I needed to do was put 3 Rangers of the North in them. And then I don't spend their might on winning the combat. If I got the chance, I would, but I don't need to, because obviously Elendil wins the fight every time. But they're just there to delay. Because they're 75 points, they're probably going to die. If I put another one in, that's only going up to 100 points if I commit 4 to them. But every turn, he couldn't get a heroic combat off, because they have only 1 wound each, but they also have a fate. And it just means that unless you kill all 3 of them, you're not going anywhere.
Because on good fate rolls, that's essentially 6 wounds.
Yeah.
How many cores,
yeah.
and you can't do that.
And if you don't spend if you keep your might for the fate rolls,
yes,
it's 3+ fate essentially.
yeah.
Which is great. I mean, it feels terrible when you go, "Crap, I got a 3+ fate." I'm like, "Oh, I got a 2." Great. Right.
Yeah.
Complete waste of points. But I think that sort of, I think it does. The fate points have this interesting like psychological trick where I think people don't want to spend might on heroic combats because it feels like, oh well, what if they get a 4? What if they get a 4+?
Yeah. You assume they're going to pass.
Yeah. Yes, yeah. But then they also don't want to spend heroic. They don't want to spend might on moves either because it's like, well, I've got 6 in my entire army, and then I've got 25 or something crazy.
On a move, yes. Well, so will
yeah, great. I'll do it, and some of it potentially free forever.
Yes,
which is just it's nuts. But I think you really need to once at this point in the game, you've done all your heroic accuracy. Yeah. So you've scanned off all their heroes.
Yeah.
So then you've won the heroic move so that you could get the engagement that you want. And then the engagement that you want is that you want to have maybe Arathorn and a few rangers ganging up on like the corner of a line so that you can then just heroic combat everywhere. Because there are going to be engagements where you've got, maybe a warrior and a support against one ranger. And you might have 3 or 4 of those in a line.
Yeah.
But if you charge Arathorn and then 2 rangers into one guy on the end, and then you win that, you call a heroic combat, win that combat, and then burst round the flank.
Yeah.
Suddenly you've got maybe 1 ranger in a 2-on-1.
Yes. And
then you've got 7 rangers who have more dice than their opponent and might.
Yes.
And it's like, well, actually, they're all strength 4. Your opponent's potentially all of the models are trapped.
Yeah.
Or the first few that you do.
You're going up against the troops, and you're just gonna
And you can do that as well. You can do that with just a normal ranger.
Yeah.
If you go against something that's like a fight 3 army and you have 2 rangers in a combat, just call the heroic combat, man.
Yeah.
Just go for it because
rip my Rohan guys to shreds. Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm just sat here twitching.
But it's a fun list, I think. So when you're calling those heroic combats as well, the rangers who have spent might early in the game, if you put those in with Arathorn, so they're not really relying on their might, they're just there to, bulk up the dice roll.
Yeah.
It's a bit finicky. You will need. Very important. What? Did anyone know what the answer is that you'll need?
Wait, anyone's going to shout at it?
Is it going to be on the quiz?
Anyone else at home?
No, it's not going to be on the quiz.
It's Loombards.
Lots and lots of
Everyone
Loombards.
gets at least 5 different colours of Loombards. You will need so many of them. But, you're nice to paint an army looks pretty silly actually.
Yeah. The sales of Loombands are about to shoot up through the roof.
Yeah. Stocks.
Yeah. Basically get some shares in the next Loomban business that you see.
Do I have any more tips? I think the other one is spend might if your opponent fluffs their dual roll.
Yes.
So don't be afraid because your might is worth less than theirs.
Yeah.
So I had a game where I was against this is really bad luck for my opponent, but I wouldn't have been able to exploit it if I was playing any other army.
Yeah.
Because they had a Witch King who charged in against a Ranger. We drew on a 5. So then I spent a might point to put it up to a 6. They'd call a heroic combat, so they were already down a might. And then they were like, well, I've already committed 1, so I'll commit 2. So they spent another might, won that combat on the fight value, but then suddenly the Witch King on Felbeast is on 1 might, wins the heroic combat, goes into another 2 rangers, loses that combat again, rolls like a 5 high, and I go, okay, great, I think it was a 4 high actually, and then I was like, right, I'll spend 1 might on my 5+, so that I'm out of range of threat of them using their might, and I killed the Witch King. Nice. In the first turn of the game.
Yeah.
And it was surreal.
Arathorn Sand versus Wraith on Wings. Good for Arathorn Sand?
Oh, we should not have that game because I'll call heroic accuracy and then that's it.
That's it. Game over. Turn one.
In terms of like scenarios that are like, they really like Clash by Moonlight and things that are
dark,
because things that are at night you get +1 wound anyway, and then you're calling heroic accuracy against something like oof, that's a lot of shooting. Even though it's strength 2, it doesn't feel like strength 2.
Not in the dark.
It essentially puts them up to strength 4, and then you can spend might on that.
Yes.
So it goes through a lot of armies very quick. It would even what would it be? Would it be 6s against? It would be 5s by 3s against defense 7.
Yeah.
But if I really want to get a wound on something, it's 4s by 2s.
4s by 2s.
So like even things like LSR or Bolg or something like that. We at the doubles event we did 5 wounds split between 2 troll catapults in one turn, because you can just line up, and this is why the deployment's so important, because you can your opponent puts down a warband, put down 1 ranger.
Yes.
Your opponent puts down another warband. You put down 1 ranger. They put down their last warband, and you set up the rest of your army, so that you can just
ideally just target the first thing.
And then you can tell by that point, because you have more information than they had, you can really gang up where you need to and spread out where you need
to. Put all your points into one place.
So it's I find it quite a fun army.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna make sure I don't miss anything. Don't play against dwarves.
Go against dwarves, just roll over.
Just don't. The basic heroes will beat Arathorn or Halbrand. They'll probably kill them in a turn.
If you do play dwarves, play them in the dark.
You play them in the dark, so you get +1. But even then, it's pretty ropey. I think
it could be like what 5s by 5s, even with the +1 against a lot of them, because they're.
I think.
Against the heroes anyway, because a lot of the heroes are D9.
The heroes are going to be 5s by 5s. The monster lists will probably crush as well. I wouldn't play against monster lists.
You could probably do okay against Smaug, because he's got that rule where if you roll a 6. I can't remember if it's to hit or to wound, but it does wounds equal to the strength of the bow.
Does it? Yeah.
So if you got like loads of bows, you're going to get a few 6s, and you're going to be doing like double wounds.
Instead of doing 1 wound, I could do 2.
It's double.
It's double. Something.
You're shooting 25 times. You're going to get a few 6s. He's only got so many wounds. Got
maybe
20 odd
we
wounds.
should do Rangers versus Smaug at some point. How many points is Smaug? 700. So you could get Arathorn, Halbrand, and then 22 Rangers. I think they could do that.
You could even like just feed in 1 per turn to stop him from wandering off, because you can shoot into the combat with Smaug. That's another one of his special rules. You can shoot into his combat.
That was a thing.
But Smaug has Harbinger, doesn't he? So I'm only courage 7.
That's true.
Everyone around
you got a will point.
Yeah.
You got a will point.
Well, so this is the other thing. Halbrand can't have the banner in this list. That's specifically defenders.
I see. Right. Okay.
So it's not great. They don't have any banners. That's pretty rough.
Yeah.
There are a couple of scenarios that give VPs for killing heroes.
Yeah.
I hate those ones.
You will concede 4 victory points in those, because you're going to lose 4 models.
That's your front line, isn't it? So.
Yeah, it really... Fog of War, I would go into that thinking, my opponent has killed the target. Yeah. Especially if they have, like, Legolas. Yes. He will... First turn will go 3 shots into whoever my target is. He's dead. He's dead. There's nothing you can do.
I feel like against some armies with Fog of War, they're not going to be able to tell the difference between individual rangers.
Yes.
So they might just play it safe and go for Halbarad or Arathorn.
Yes.
So it might be worthwhile to protect those two, just on the merit that your opponent might not even know if they hit their target by the end of the game.
An important hobby tip for Arathorn stand is that you need to make sure that you've distinguished each of them. I know it's the long way around, but don't paint them all with the same colour cloak. And don't paint them all with the same colour, like, jerkin. Because someone will say, how do I choose it from Fog of War? And you'll cry. Because there isn't really an answer to that.
Do you want to just put this red loop? Do you want to just put this red loop band on your target and we'll go from there?
Yeah. But in terms of things that... Conquest Creations, who are the biggest... I think they're the biggest Middle-earth strategy battle game, like YouTubers.
Probably.
Yeah.
He released a video recently calling Arathorn Stand the worst army in the game.
Oh, that's harsh.
It definitely isn't.
I think we've already established that it's not.
But I think so. Like people always say, should they have like strength 3 bows? Should they be fight 5? But the problem then is that they just become an elf army, and I think it loses a lot of its.
I think it's
flavour. If it's just another elf army.
I mean, you've got to think that Rangers of the North, they're living in the wilds of like they're basically protecting hobbits from wolves, essentially.
A slight counterpoint to that, though, is the fact that there's something that irks me with the mod design. Like, I appreciate there are now different types of bows when there didn't used to be, or at least there's more types of bows. I have beef that there are about 4 or 5 profiles of bow that are exactly the same.
Yes,
it doesn't need to be,
and it doesn't make any difference. But
this
one thing with them that bugs me is Numenorians get longbows. Even though they are visibly sculpted with composite bows.
Yes,
Rangers of the North are visibly sculpted with longbows, but they get regular bows. So I think they should have strength 3 bows because they are holding a longbow. It is so obviously a longbow. It is the size of the model. How much longer can you get?
But I think like for me, I think the bonuses for Arathorn Stand, because you could give them, you could buff the profile. Yeah, fair enough. It's not a very good profile, but I think the bonuses in Arathorn Stand don't really reflect the idea that these are a bunch of rangers who are definitely going to die. Like they don't get any buffs if like they're outnumbered or if they're like. I think they should get like. They should be able to reroll a dice in the dual roll if they are the only one in the fight.
Like the dwarves do in Khazad when they get the reroll if they've got less dice in the fight. Maybe they get that or something.
Because
like a buff when your general dies or a buff when you're broken or something like that. One where like because I feel like it's one of those armies where your losses could potentially snowball pretty quickly if you have a slightly sketchy matchup. So having something to let you claw back at the end so that you don't get tabled in 3 turns would be nice.
I just think they should have something that reflects that they are like. I don't think they should have a fight value increase, which is probably a controversial opinion because
they'll just turn to elves.
They just turn to elves, but I think they should have like a reroll in the dual roll would be nice. To be like they're good at they're better at fighting. On uneven ground, or maybe when their back's against the wall, or something like that.
Or maybe they should be able to shield or something like that.
I think that might be
then
crazy good actually. Do that instead. That would be great. 4 dice to shield with a might. They're never going down.
No. Maybe that's a bit too.
But cool. Yeah, that's Arathorn Stand.
Arathorn Stand. Nice. So there should be winning more tournaments.
There will be soon. Watch this space.
Go on, what's your next one then, Nick?
So my next one, it's not an army I've ever actually played, but I think it's really cool, and I'm slightly surprised it's got 0 podiums. I suspect part of it might be that it's got 0 because A, it's from Armies of Middle-earth, so it's still a little bit new. B, the things that go into it don't necessarily mesh from Armies of Lord of the Rings, so it's like you're not likely to have these 2 collections. And also, while I think it has potential to be a winning army, it's definitely not amazing. So I think in terms of like the scuffed stuff that arrived in Armies of Middle-earth, people have jumped on that first. I think it's a matter of time until this one podium somewhere.
I mean, you pretty much described mine.
Well, I picked Umbar.
Oh, nice,
So it's a combination of Corsairs, Harad, and Black Numenorians.
Nice,
And main disadvantages it gets is you don't get any of like the real meaty things from those armies. So you don't get the Arbalest. You don't get
like Reavers.
Well, you can't get Reavers if you're taking Legacy. You can't get Reavers in Legacy.
Oh, okay, cool.
I've got a hypothetical list built, but I built on the assumption that you're not doing Legacy on the off chance that you wanted to take this to like a Warhammer shop or Warhammer World. But you could potentially make a better version of this list by including Legacy, which hopefully will just hammer home the point even more that I think this is potentially a good army. But so you don't get the siege engine, you don't get the crossbows. Obviously, you don't get any sort of cavalry or Mumax or anything.
Yeah.
But what you do get is some funky special rules and some potentially nice combos with those infantry that you've got. So one thing they get is the entire army has Stalk Unseen.
Nice.
That's quite good.
That's really good. Yeah.
One thing you get, which is a bit circumstantial, but I like it because I've developed a burning hatred of Men of the West, is you get Hatred Gondor. Which
nice. Might be a meta breaker.
Might be a meta breaker. And if nothing else, it's one heavily armoured army, which is one of the potential weaknesses is heavy armour, that you don't have to worry about in quite the same way. And the other special rule they get, which is my favourite, is Seize Command, which at the end phase of your turn, if your general's only got one wound remaining, and they're within 3 inches of line of sight of Hasherin, you can just kill them.
Yes.
And then make somebody else your general. Which I think is fantastic, because
you keep passing
it means if you do that late enough,
general wounds,
If you do that late enough, and you've got another hero that you've been hiding somewhere else, you can just sack off your general. And have a perfectly fresh hero somewhere else. It's like, oh, you didn't win my general.
With Stalk Unseen.
Yeah.
With Stalk Unseen. So the list I've slapped together for this, let me just get this up. I've assumed 600 points. But that's a fairly common amount of people do.
Around,
39 models.
Nice.
With 9 bows and 12 throwing weapons. So I've got Delamere, the Fleet Master. He's only 100 points. And he's got some cool rules. He's got throwing weapons. He's got his smoke bombs, which I quite like. So they're treated as throwing weapons to strength of 1, but when you hit someone, if they don't spend a will point, they get transfixed and they have their fight value.
Wow.
And all you got to do is make sure you don't roll a 1 to hit, because if you roll a 1 to hit, you run out of smoke bombs. That's the main disadvantage. But I just think the threat of that is really good, because I was discussing with us on the way here with Johnathan about the weakness of that, they can just spend a will point. But if you're up against an army that doesn't have that many will points, or you roll well and you don't roll any ones, you can just keep doing it over and over again. And you're throwing him into combat, and he's a bit squishy because he's only D4, but you don't have to worry about that so much. Because, A, he can't be trapped because he has preternatural agility. He's got Bane of Kings and he's got Backstabbers. So if, you've got a pretty decent model count in this army, so it's not too hard to trap people. So with that, he's going to be doing a lot of damage. He's fight 6 with strike, I think. Yeah, he's got fight 6 with strike. So the chance of winning is reasonable. But then if you lose, he's only got 2 wounds. So as long as soon as you take a wound,
just chuck him off.
Kill him. Have him.
I've still got smoke bombs left. Let me keep going.
He's got 3 fate. So you can send him to combat against something pretty beefy. If they chip a single wound off him after your fate, just have the Hasherin just chop his head off, give it to somebody else. So in his warband, I've put 3 Platinum Warriors. 6 Corsairs with light shielded throwing weapons. 3 Haradrim Warriors with spear. 4 with bow. The reason I've done that is the Haradrim have slightly higher armour. So I'm Spearman Haradrim in case they get shot. And the Haradrim bows all have poison.
Nice.
Which the Corsairs don't.
Yeah.
And they're a little bit cheaper. And I'll put in a Harad Banner and a Harad Warhorn.
Nice.
Because the courage isn't that great across the army.
Yeah, you need a Warhorn.
And again, you've got so many models, you can afford to spend the points on those 2.
Yeah.
Next warband, the obligatory Hasherin, who's just going to follow Dalamir the entire time and wait for his opportunity.
The scheming eunuch.
And then, same sort of setup. 4 Platinums, 3 Corsairs with throwing weapons, 3 Harad with bow, 2 with spear. And then the last warband is a Black Numenorian Marshal. Because they're D7.
Yes.
They've got Terror. And they've got the Horrifying Visage rule, where if you fail the Terror check, you can't go anywhere.
Yes.
And because of the army rule, they've got Stalk Unseen.
Yes.
So you can just hide them. He's just here to be a body, so that when Dalamir gets wounded, you chop his head off, and then you've got this hidden Black Numenorian in the corner that can't get shot. You probably won't charge him. And even if you do charge him, the likelihood of wounding him isn't that great.
D7,
And with him, we've got another 3 Platinums, 1 Corsair with throwing weapons, and 2 Haradrim with bow. I just feel like I don't have a monumental amount to say about it, because I just feel like it's just decent.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's got these funky rules that mesh together reasonably well. Your main disadvantage is you've got pretty low defense across the board, but you can shimmy that by just taking more Platinums.
Yes, yeah.
You don't have anything fast. It's a slow army. So that's a problem. But hopefully, the fact that you could squeeze so many models in means that even in a scenario where being fast would be useful, you could just spread yourself as a thin line across the board and just walk up. by having your high defense numbs at front with a couple of Harad spears supporting them, and then between the gaps you just throw in your Corsairs with their throwing weapons.
Yeah.
And again, if you wanted to buff this even more, if you're at an event that allows Legacy, you can take Corsair Reavers, and you can take the Knight of Umbar.
Yeah. Oh, the Knight's great.
It's like, and that's another really good option for making a general after Delamere.
Yeah.
Because again, he's really...
Yeah, for those who don't know, the
kill.
Knight is the one who matches fight value.
Yes.
So you can go up against a Balrog, it's just matches fight value. It's just nuts. Yeah.
It's especially effective if he goes in with Delamere.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so he matches fight value and then Delamere halves it.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
So...
but yeah, I just think... I think it's a matter of time for that podium. I can't see anything like properly wrong with it. It has weaknesses, but every army should have weaknesses.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you can't find a weakness, then it's bad for another reason. That is too strong. I'm probably later in the year when I've got more hobby time going to try and make an Umbar army. I think I want to give it a go.
Yeah.
Because I was planning on making a few black numbers anyway to slot into my army of the Great Eye.
Yes.
So I might as well just treat this part of it as another way of recycling half of another army.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And Harad and Corsairs are pretty cheap to collect. Yeah. The only downside of collecting them will be the fact that I only want the light shield guys from the Corsairs.
Oh, okay.
I don't want their bows, I don't want their spears, because the Harads are better bows and better spears.
Yeah.
But I think it's got the potential to be really fun, and I do think it could podium.
It could do pretty well.
There's no reason why it shouldn't, and I think the only reason it hasn't is because current Corsair players don't own Harad.
Yeah.
And vice versa would be my guess, and it just hasn't been out that long. So I think somebody's going to get bored of their army and they're going to want to try something new, and they're going to pick that and they're going to podium with it.
Yeah,
I think it will happen soon.
I do believe Connor might be looking at pirates. Connor Young.
Yes.
Shout out to Connor Young. But these pirates.
I was just about to say I don't have any trauma about Umbar. But I have
yet another one we found.
I have trauma about Connor's Corsairs.
Yeah.
So I can see him going into do
well.
Umbar.
Yeah. Well, I've only gone against these pirates once, and that was with Depths of Warrior, so that was alright. I just had to watch it, just charging everyone from behind. Yeah, it was quite good. So is that everything? Yeah, we'll give that.
That's pretty good because I've never played them,
yeah.
So I don't have like any anecdotes about tactical decisions to make.
Yeah.
But I think they're one to put on the mid road, especially if you already have one of those things, which a lot of people do.
Yeah.
Like, there's a fair few Corsair players out there. There's a lot of Harad players out there because they can slot into all sorts of things.
Yes.
And I would suspect that quite a few people have got black numbers because, again, they can slot into all sorts of things.
Yeah.
So if you've got any of those, you're most of the way there already.
Yeah. Give it a go.
And you might as well try.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see.
And I just love that it falls into the classic Nick trope of like armies that have cheeky rules that can really piss off your opponent. Just the idea of if you're nearing the end of the game and they think they're winning by one point,
you've thrown all of your resources into killing the general.
It's great if you're tied up the point in your head and you think you're losing by 1 point to just sack off your general and just starve them with that, and then end the game. Especially if it's one where like ends unquartered and you already know it's going to end that turn.
Yeah,
perfect. It's just I can picture it now. Somebody just like throwing their dice down and screaming. Yeah. They realise what you've done.
I don't know if you know the answer to this, but how does it work if in Fog of War, let's say I'm against you when you're using that Dark Marshal.
Ah, yes.
So if you kill your general and then the Dark Marshal becomes your general, but obviously if I've chosen the Dark Marshal as my target, not the Dark Marshal, the Black Numenorean Marshal.
Yes.
As my target. How does that...
I suspect it would be the same...
not get it, or do I just get like a boatload of points?
I think I get a boatload off that one.
You get the boatload... because in theory, the Hasharin can sack him off as well and then make himself the general.
But then you get your point.
He's feeling nervous at that point.
but then by that point... Either the Hasharin was already the target, and I'm great because I know you have many points, or you'd already got the target. Yeah, it was already the.
Yeah, so it's
like it's going to be one of those two.
But you get extra points if you kill your target in combat.
Yeah.
So if the other guy's lobbed his head off, you're getting less points for that target.
Yeah.
So
that's another reason to do it.
You're not getting them points.
Yeah, great.
You were so close.
Oh no!
I've got him. Yeah. That's 3 points.
I suspect that might be your target. Oh well.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Good. Yes, I think that's a one to watch. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So the second list I chose was very much under the same banner. I think it's not something I've used. It's something that came out with Armies of Lord of the Rings, Armies of Middle-earth. So it was the Grief of Éomer. So it has a lot of stuff going for it. So I'm gonna pull it up now. So, I mean, obviously Éomer is very good in this edition anyway. But he starts a fight 6, strength 4, d6, 3 attacks. He's still got Gulthwine. He's big sword, or he's horse lord, expert rider. He gets to take Royal Guard as well, but he gets the price of grief if Theodore and Éomer are on there. But you don't have to take them. You can just take Éomer. And obviously in this list, on the charge, he goes +1 to his fight value on the charge. So he's fight 7 base on the charge. He has strike. So he's potentially getting up to fight 10 on the charge. And then you've got Fear No Enemy. So Éomer gains Fearless. He's additionally any friendly Rohan models that can draw line of sight to Éomer automatically pass courage tests as well. So they're all Fearless, which is great because Rohan courage is horrendous. And then the Dol Amroth friendly Gondor models may reroll 2 wound rolls of a 1 when making strikes on the turn they charge. So maybe a front line of Gondor with that D7, the shield wall. So you can take Warriors of Minas Tirith, and you can also take the Knights of Dol Amroth. So we can take the Warriors of Dol Amroth, which have the pikes. So you've got your 2 pike block as well against other monsters and heroes. And you obviously take Éomer on his horse. You can take riders. So they all get the +1. I think it's strength on the charge or fight. Sorry, fight on the charge. So all fight 4 on the charge. And obviously, it's gonna hit quite hard. Yeah. I think riders of Rohan struggle because their defense is quite low, and if you don't get the charge, they've got 1 attack, D5. They tend to go down quite easy. But if you can maneuver that, and because you can put in high defense units and with them, and then essentially make your Rohan fearless as well. Yeah. But then you've got your Prince Imrahil, who is, again, he starts a fight 7 before you go anywhere. He's strength 4, D7, 3 attacks. He's 3/3/3. He's got heroic defense, heroic strike. He gets his standfast is 12 inches, so most of the Gondor guys aren't going anywhere as long as he's arrive. And all so Dol Amroth models treat him as a banner within 6 inches as well. So you're setting up. You've got all of that movement with the Rohan, fearless Rohan, essentially, and then you've got your stronger, kind of more robust Minas Tirith in there as well. And I think so. You've got some movement, you've got some high defense, you've got good courage, and I mean your heroes are hitting really hard. The Catlins aren't too bad either. Your Catlins of Catlin Minas Tirith, they just don't go anywhere for some reason. Every time I come up against them guys, they just don't go anywhere. D7 and
they're like,
shield wall.
I've got 2 friends.
Yeah,
I'm never going to die.
and just with a fight 5 base, so that's which is pretty good.
They're really good.
Strength 4, so they're killing stuff as well. So that's just a bog standard Catlin Minas Tirith. They're 60 points. The Catlin of Dol Amroth, they're just a bit better in terms of they're within 3 inches of Imrahil, they get +1 to their fight value. So they go up to fight 6 while they're within range of Prince Imrahil. So you've got really high fight, really I'd say tough units and stuff. I think that could really do some damage. But I think it's just a matter of time. I think because it's same as the Umbar stuff. It's 2 armies that you might not necessarily have together. Rohan and Dol Amroth is not something you would go with. Really, you would probably Rohan and Minas Tirith or with your defenders or whatever. But you wouldn't necessarily have collected them together. So it might be a case of people building up. I know there's a couple of guys at Northern Alliance who had been trying it out when it first came out, and they said it was pretty good, but I haven't really seen it on the table yet. I think it's something. I mean, I need an excuse to buy the lovely Imrahil model. To be fair,
it's a very nice model.
It's a lovely model. Yeah. So I might. I'm halfway through doing my Rohan stuff, so Éomer's nearly finished. I might give it a go this year. Actually, Grief of Éomer, not far off getting that on the table.
I think when I was looking at Grief of Éomer, the problem that I had was that it seemed like a very solid. It seems like it's a good army. Yeah. But it doesn't have any it doesn't have any like special quirks that I think, oh wow, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I'm very excited that Aomer's fight 7.
Yeah.
But like compared to like, Umbar killing generals.
Yeah. So in terms of like,
it's not going to surprise your opponent. I think.
No, there's not a lot of in terms of like gimmicks and special fluffy things that you do. Yeah, it's very straightforward in terms of you've got an army on the table. Certain things do certain things. Yeah, but obviously the way you use it will have to be thought about in advance, and I think there'll be a bit of manoeuvring around, and it's probably going to really struggle against if they get the heroes get bogged down, as I said, the Rohan troops tend to die quite quickly anyway, but if you can kind of make the game last, or you can kite round if you've got loads of riders and they've all got bows, you can do some kiting, and you've got a big block of troops in the middle of your board who are just not going very far, and then you're kiting around with your riders and just picking off the flanks, or so you can. I suppose it'll probably be good against other troop heavy armies. And just kind of grind down your opponent that way, and then just hit other heroes quite hard with yours. Yeah.
Are you able to mix and match the warriors in the warbands, or is it like Rohan to go with Rohan and Gondor has to go with Gondor?
Yes, that's the other thing as well. Yeah, so it must contain the Rohan warriors must go with Rohan heroes.
Right. Yeah.
And Gondor with Gondor.
So I think like in terms of like the squishy Rohan is because Dol Amroth knights are absolute tanks.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's like it's tricky when you have to deploy them separate.
Yeah.
But if you could try and maneuver it so that you've got a couple of knights babysitting a couple of Rohan.
Yeah.
So that you've got them at the front. So if you don't get the priority and you're receiving a charge, they're probably going to go into the Dol Amroth first.
Yeah.
And they can tank it.
Yeah.
But then if you do get the charge, you can, open the lines up a bit, go around the side of the Dol Amroth, and then let the Rohan go through the middle and smash into things, and that would be pretty nasty.
Yeah. I think the issue with it being like the Dol Amroth can only go with Imrahil is that you're already paying a premium for Imrahil.
Yes, yeah.
And then unless you have 12 or 15 Knights of Dol Amroth, you're not going to be maximising your model count in that warband.
Yeah.
So you are going to be losing a little bit where you have to take...
Can you not take other Gondor?
Can you take
You
Gondor?
can take just captains. You can just take just captains.
Yeah, but
can Imrahil take Gondor?
He can take... No, he can take... Where's the Minister as well?
Ignore me.
Take Gondor.
Sorry, everyone at home.
No. So because he classes as a Gondor model, he can take Gondor.
Okay. That's one that throws me every time with all of the fiefdoms count as Gondor as well as their other keyword.
Yeah.
So in a lot of armies where it's like only Gondor model can go in here, actually you could put quite a lot into there.
Yes.
If they have the fiefdom models in them.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can mix, but it can work at quite low points. You only have to take Irma. So you just chuck in a captain in there and you can get your shield wall in. If you get one warband of just riders and one warband of just shields, then you've got a bit of kind of back and forwards there as well.
I think the difficult as well is that I don't think the riders of Rohan, I think they count towards bow limit in this one.
Maybe.
So you have to take only a third of them as your bows.
Yes, yeah.
Which is... I think they're going to be your bows anyway.
Yeah.
So
I don't think you're going to be heavily relying on shooting in this sort of army anyway.
Because you got the Tinnies and because you got the Dol Amroth, like there's a fair chance they were only going to be a third of your army anyway. Even if they weren't the bow limit. You probably wouldn't be a problem.
I think Dol Amroth, you only want like 3 or 4 of them to stand on either side of Imrahil and get just crazy buffs.
Basically banner and +1 fight and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. So I think it could do quite well. I think with the right pilot, I don't think it'll be me, but I think I don't think it'll be quite me. But
I've been eyeing up my Imrahil as maybe a potential Realms of Men conversion.
Okay. Yes.
So sorry, Imrahil.
Oh, you're going to chop up the new model,
the new Imrahil.
Oh, get out!
But I'm terrible at kit bashing. So
that's bad about it.
As soon as Rangers of the North get one fight +1 attack in their base profile, my Realms of Men armies, I'm going to do like Arno with just Rangers.
Yeah, but the problem I've got with this particular episode is we're looking at lists that haven't podiumed yet. But unfortunately, I've only got lists and played lists because I'm gaming Jamie that have actually podiumed. I've never podiumed with them, but they have podiumed, so I've had to go for stuff I don't really know very well. But I think, as grief, I keep looking at it and thinking that just looks like it could do some damage. Pretty good.
I think if it gets the right I think in a good versus evil event, it would probably do pretty good.
Oh, do pretty good, yeah.
Unless it comes up against like ring rates.
Yeah.
Consistently.
But then the Fearless Rohan's pretty decent.
Yeah. Fearless Cavalry's pretty scary.
Yeah. It might struggle against Magic Mind because there's only so much will in there. So
yeah.
That's true.
Magic isn't that common this edition. It's not.
You've just spent
it's not quite as impressive.
You've just spent 20 minutes talking about the White Council. So
yeah. And the reason why I'm able to make that work is because nobody knows how to deal with magic because they hardly ever come up against it.
I do think magic will come up more.
Yes, I think.
I think it will now.
Now that Depths and Aragorn are running the show.
Yeah, magic's going to come up,
and especially since the Middle Earth book came out and we've got access to shamans, so evil actually gets a bit of magic now.
Yes,
because that's naffle before.
Yeah.
It's the double casting thing. I think is going to come around this year to shut down the big heroes, to shut down your Gwaihirs and your Aragorns.
Of course, the Lich King's going to be back.
Yeah, well,
they've got the Balrog again. Stop 10 paralyzers. You know, won't happen.
He can do it. He's got 10 will. So to pass each of the ones.
But he's got 0
But
might.
yet again, for going to our history, Johnathan, that's not how that works.
Sorry.
I once had a paralysed Balrog for the entire game after throwing 6 will at it to try and resist it.
That was
on a 4+. That was an old edition. It was on a 4+. I think he rolled a 5 or a 6, and then I chucked 6 dice at it. I thought he's got plenty will. He'll resist it on these dice. Didn't resist it. There he was for the entire game. While all my goblins just died against Fog of War. It was Fog of War as well. Yeah. So I couldn't kill anyone. Mind, eventually the Balrog did get up and started causing havoc.
And then the game only ended because he did so much damage that I broke.
Yeah, basically. Just got him and then one shot in your army. Yeah. But by that point, I didn't have the terrain. I didn't have the hero. It was your shade, wasn't it, in the back? Get me shade.
Yeah.
So, but it was, trauma.
Yeah. That was the last game of my first ever tournament.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. It's fine. I'll never live it down. But
I lost my first game, and I was like, I lost my first game in my first ever tournament, and I was like, right, I'm going to kick myself into gear here. And then I won every game after that because I was like hyper, like, okay, just paralyze whatever they've got, paralyze it.
The first game at my first tournament, I was up against Danny Oram at one of the Stockton Protex. Yeah. Tournaments, and I got there and I was like, so have you played this before? Because nobody recognised me. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I've played like 2 games before, so I'm pretty new. And he went, and you brought that list. Yeah. That was my first outing with White Council. That went about as well as you could expect for a player that had played 2 games ever. And I didn't even take Magnus the Necromancer because I didn't want to use Galadriel. So I had I just had the 3 Wizards and Thrain.
Wow. I bet that went really well.
I think
the best thing about it is I misread some of their spells. So I was casting their spells on like too easily, and I didn't know about the FAQ, so I was using unFAQ'd Wrath and unFAQ'd...
Oh, the 6 inch
unFAQ'd Nature's Wrath with the 6 inches, and I still comfortably lost every game.
Yeah.
Absolutely pacing.
I'm thinking, that might have been the same tournament.
That might have been the same
because
tournament.
I think I didn't go to many Protec events back then. And I remembered you'd turn up because you got the wooden spoon with that. I'm pretty sure you got the wooden spoon.
Definitely. I remember you walking in with the Balrog, so you definitely had the Balrog at that one. And there were about 7 Angmar players, so that might have been the same one.
That was me.
It's the same tournament. Yeah.
We had very different experiences that
day. Sorry, I know we're completely off track now.
Yes, that's fine.
But that morning, I don't know if you remember this as well, but I was very late because I thought that the start time
I remember that, yeah.
was like... that was when you're supposed to arrive.
That's why you lost the first game.
That was...
forfeit.
But so everyone was in the room, and I could see, as I was approaching the venue, I could see everyone there, and I thought, oh God, it's busy. and everyone's supposed to be arriving in 5 minutes, so these are the early ones. So then I opened the door, and in American Werewolf in London,
they go on the pub.
We got the sort of lamb, and everyone turned and looked at me, right? And I don't know who it was that was stood next to me, but the guy next to me just went, "Are you Johnathan Mack?" And I was like, yeah. And he went, "He's here." And then everyone else just got on. I was like, where have I walked into? That could have been it.
Yeah. Oh dear. That's fun.
Yeah. So I didn't realise that was our first both of our first tournaments. Wow.
Yeah.
There you go.
Interesting.
Very good.
Yeah. Sorry, we got off.
It's all right. We are talking Shire, to be fair. So.
We are talking Shire. Yeah,
that's what we do.
I hope you're getting your painting done.
Yeah. Yes. You missed a bit.
Right.
So your third list then.
So
second list. I don't know.
Second list.
That's right. Sorry, we're gonna edit that out. It's fine.
Timestamp.
Just a bit of technical stuff.
Yeah.
Microphones and that. Yeah, big thank you to my brother who's hosting us today. We've had a bit of an upgrade. I don't know if you can tell with the sound quality. We haven't heard it back yet.
You might actually be able to hear me talking.
Yeah. We tend to have big spikes and little spikes, and it tends to be Nick and Johnathan.
We've got both the mics pointed directly at Johnathan just to make sure that we definitely pick him up this time.
You say big spikes, little spikes. I am Little Spike.
Little Spike.
Right. So my where did I put my phone with my notes? This was another one that surprised me because I can really see this list winning at an 80. I think.
Okay.
It's Survivors of Laketown. Because I don't think it's as bad as everyone says it is.
Well, I think the only person I've ever spoken about Survivors is Alan Cameron, and he seems to think otherwise.
Yeah. So let's start off with the facts.
Yeah.
The troops are terrible. And you only have one option. It's very similar to Rangers of the North. Arathorn stand that you only get. That's it.
Yeah.
Your army is going to be 99% Laketown militia.
Yeah.
And they're Fight 2, which is pretty terrible.
Fight 2?
Fight
I didn't realise they were Fight 2. It was a Moria Goblin. Goodness me.
So they're Fight 2, Strength 2, Defense... Sorry, no. They're Strength 3. Sorry.
Don't underplay them. Don't undersell them.
I know they've had a rough time, but not that bad. So they're Strength 3, Defense 3, they're Courage 7+. They're actually Intelligence 8+.
Ooh, really?
Which I learned when I took them to the
also worse than a Moria
the Christmas event at Gecko. So they're actually really terrible for supply scenarios. Anyway, I'm not really bigging them up.
Yeah. I mean, this is probably why they haven't won. But why should they win?
Yeah. So you have Bard. Bard is really good in this list. I think he's too expensive in this list, but he's still very good.
Is this Bard the Bowman without the bow?
Bard the Bowman with
Bard
the horse. Yeah.
I
will cover Bard being the downsides of Bard later, but I'll go through the good things first.
Sorry.
So you get Mighty Hero and you get Fearless with Bard, which are both really good things to have on your general.
Yeah.
He acts as a banner for warriors nearby, and he gives them +1 fight. So you get
whopping fight 3.
Yeah.
You can tie with an orc.
Yeah. Watch out Depths of Moria.
You can outfight a goblin. Only with the 6 inches.
Yes. But so he's you can get free heroic combats if you want.
Yeah.
Bard's family are pretty useful because you can just stand his daughters behind him and he gets to reroll a dice in the dual roll. And with having an extra might for combat or for just buffing up his duels, he's fairly reliable actually. And he goes up to fight 6 as well when he's near them.
That's pretty good.
So he turns into a decent hero.
Pseudo Aragorn,
yeah. But he doesn't have his bow.
Yes.
Which is a shame. But I think. Yeah, you get high model count, which is good. You also get the other big thing that you get is Gandalf. Gandalf the Grey is in this list.
Yes.
And he's really helpful.
Yes.
Because Bard is squishy, but against anything that has strike, you don't want to charge Bard into, because if he loses the strike off, he's only D5. Yeah. So he'll probably die.
Yeah.
But if you transfix them, doesn't matter.
Yes.
Great.
Exactly.
Gandalf he's usually tanky enough to deal with whatever the secondary threat is in a list. Like when I played Alan. Hang on, were you saying Alan didn't? He thinks Survivors are bad. Yeah. Well, Alan, I beat Alan's Cirith Ungol got stomped by my Survivors of Laketown. So
He's probably shouting at this dude. I didn't say that. I'm pretty sure he doesn't like them. But
if you've got any complaints, Alan, send them into us.
It was hard to pick out the nuances of his comments through the frothing rage that he had against Sheila.
I'm pretty sure he beat me. I had Rangers of Mirkwood, and he beat me with them. Because there were so many like quirky little special rules you can get with the heroes.
Yes.
And the Master of Lake Town and stuff like that.
So there are two ways you can build the list. Is with Gandalf. No, sorry, that's Army of Lake Town.
Right, okay.
That's a different.
That's the one that's terrible then.
That's different. Yeah.
Okay.
No. That is better.
That's better.
That is much better.
I feel less bad about losing against them now then.
But I think so. You can either build the list with Gandalf.
Yeah.
And then you have two quite good heroes. You can have Gandalf to transfix, and he can go up to strength 5. Yeah. And he can two-hand, so if something's really tough, send Gandalf into them. Yeah. If there's a lot of something, send Bard into them. You can pick, sort of like Arathorn Sand, you don't want to go into a battle line fight, you want to pick a point in your opponent's line, and then everywhere else, just gum up with your hundreds of nameless refugees that you've sent into combat for some reason.
How many points are the survivors?
They're 6 points.
Okay,
when they've got equipment.
Yeah.
So they're 5 bays going up to 6.
So you can't spam. I feel like they should just be 5.
Yeah.
Full stop.
Yes.
I think their equipment should be 3 because none of it's good.
Well, their stat line is slightly worse than a Moria Goblin.
Yeah.
So a Moria Goblins are 5 points.
Yeah.
So
they get a better courage than a Moria Goblin.
Yes, by
and
one, yeah.
Light armor, which for some reason seems to be thought of as a good thing. But obviously, in depths, Moria gets the +1 courage anyway.
Yeah, they got the +1 courage anyway, so they're the same courage. But the goblins are D4 base, and the fight 2 obviously strength 3, but they're D4 base, and they get D5 with a shield.
But later are faster.
Yes, that is true. They get a 1.
I feel like Late Dance points are sort of like a carryover from last edition where the shield was a shield.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because it's not a shield anymore.
Yes. Yeah, it's a light. So this
light
is
shields,
one of the quirks of Lake Town is that everyone lost their armor, everyone lost their normal shields.
Yeah.
But the Lake Town Militia captain, he has a shield, he has armor.
Yeah.
And he's got the extra defense boost that a captain usually gets. So everyone around him is D3 and he's D6 for no reason.
Could have shared out some of that defense.
Everyone rushing to give the one shield that they found in the ruins of Dale to the captain.
Nice.
But sorry, we're just shitting on the list at this point. Anyway, sorry. Yeah. So Gandalf can deal with the secondary threat. If Bard's in trouble, he can transfix whatever hero it is. You usually have enough models that you can keep enemy heroes away from Bard. Yeah. I mean, if something's on a horse, it will just go through Lake Town. Yeah. If you come against an all cavalry army, just say your prayers. It's gonna go terribly. But you can call you've got the choice at the start of the game whether you want to stand in a bubble, cast Blinding Light with Gandalf, and then shoot, because you'll have a lot of cheap bows in your army. But if you need to move up the board quickly, if it's an objective scenario, you can do that as well. Yeah. Because you can march with your captain and trust that you'll have enough might for the end game because Bard has Mighty Hero. Yeah. So you're always going to have access to might at whatever point in the game. Yeah. The other option is you go no Gandalf. Okay. And then you just hoard out, disgracefully hoard out. And then you can go for Hilda Bianca as well. She's good. Yes. Yeah. So she gives +1 to wound to Lake Town warriors who are within 3 inches when she charges. Okay.
And she's peanuts, isn't she? 25 points or something?
I think she's 35 points. Yeah.
And nothing.
But she's got a might as well and stuff, so she's pretty good. Yeah. She's courage 5+ as well. That's so she's good. Definitely charging in. Yes. And then you've got a boatload of
troops to go with that.
Of Lake Town Militia who can get +1 to wound.
Yes.
Which, when they win the combats, is helpful.
Pretty good. Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
But if you put her with Bard at this point where you're in the line where you're choosing, this is where I'm going to push. If Hilda Bianca is there with Bard, and you can break out with a heroic combat, and then you've suddenly got all these +1 to to wound flankers
with banner,
with a banner as well. Like you will have a 6-inch bubble in the board where you'll be doing a lot of damage.
Yeah.
So I think it's fun. To play.
It creates choke points and then use your kill bubble to get around with the board.
Yeah, I think you'll have enough models that you can sort of, like gun people up where you need to.
Yeah.
And you can just stand in front of your opponent and make sure that they can't charge or that they can't get to an objective.
Yes.
You'll probably break very quickly.
Yeah.
But bards, so the Lake Town have a rule where if they are within 3 inches of a hero who is engaged in combat, they automatically pass courage tests with being broken.
Yeah.
So your pocket around bard will always stay where it is.
Yeah.
Which is good, but I mean, let's talk about the downsides of the list.
I might have covered a couple already.
I think looking positively at it, I think it's got a lot of like play. I think it is quite funny. The heroes are what do it. I think
it's got little quirks and fluffs and
Bilbo
stuff.
can nick objectives off people as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's so good.
Which is really good. He's 75 points though.
That's quite
expensive
for Bilbo.
If I was doing it at like 800, maybe I'd stick a Bilbo in. But I'd rather just take like so many Lake Town because you can just march up the board and be there.
Yeah.
But I don't think Alfred's worth it at all.
No.
Actually, anymore. It used to be. I mean, so when the second Hobbit book came out, I don't know how much you are aware of how broken Alfred was.
No, I've got no idea.
So it was something crazy like. He spends a will, and then on a 3+, a hero nearby gets a might point back.
Wow.
And on 1 or 2, he takes the might point. So they get an extra might point. Sorry.
Wow. So you could go above your base.
You could go over your maximum.
What?
Yeah. So you could have Alfred, and he could do this multiple times during a turn. So you could just have Alfred sit next to Bard, throw 3 might, 3 will.
Yeah.
Go. Oh well. I've taken 1 off Bard, but I've given him 2, so now Bard's up to 4. I've got 1, and then Gandalf could just go, great, I'll strengthen will again. And this is when Channeling was in the game, and this was when channeling to get D3 strengthen will and stuff. And then Alfred was in every good list for a little while.
Just giving everyone free.
I did it as well. Yeah. Just put Alfred in a list. Oh, Thorin, do you want some might? It was 30 points.
It was designed, I think, to go with the massive Lake Town for his double range on his banner effect.
Yes.
With no consideration for the allies matrix.
Yes.
No one considered that when they were making the rules.
Yeah. But now that the ally matrix is gone, Alfred just doesn't seem. He's 30 points, and it's if you get a 1, he takes the might.
Yeah.
If you get a 6, he gives a might.
Yes.
Or 5 is +1 fight. And
this come up when I was playing Alan.
2, I think a 2 is. And I'm fearless.
I'm pretty sure he rolled really well.
Yeah,
this charge. He got right back every time, and it was really, really good.
But it's I think it's a bit. You can have him, or you can have 5 more Lake Town militia.
Yeah.
So we'll just go for the Lake Town militia.
Yeah.
But my beef with Bard. I'm going to voice that
with Bard.
I'm going to voice that
little section.
publicly.
Yes.
So. I was talking about this with Nick earlier, but Bard has 8 special rules in his profile. Bard the Bowman has 8 special rules on the profile, and all of them are irrelevant in the Survivors list because 3 of them are Sworn Protector on his kids.
Yeah.
Which doesn't matter because he's got Fearless anyway.
Yes. Oh, God.
And 5 of them relate to him shooting either a bow or a windlance.
Which he doesn't have.
Which he can't have access to. So
oh my goodness
he pays a lot of points, and I understand that he pays all those points for those things, and he doesn't get them. But then he doesn't pay any points for Mighty Hero or Fearless, which is a good trade.
Yeah.
But I don't think the army bonuses should be trading one thing for another.
No.
But it means that he's essentially going back to normal.
Just basic Bard.
He's making up his points. He's too expensive for missing out on all of those special rules.
Yeah.
It's conceptually really weird as well, because it's like, why does Bard get Mighty Hero? and not someone like Thorin.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just really feeling himself
or
that day.
Theodred or anybody at all. Like, why did Bard get it? It's like, obviously, rules-wise, I know why. It's because it'd be absolutely awful without it. Well, but conceptually, it's just really goofy because it's like, he's not a mighty. He's a fisherman. That's the point. The point is that he isn't a mighty hero.
I think the problem with the films being translated, the game, is that Bard is clearly Aragorn for The Hobbit.
Yeah.
He's I like Bard in the films, but he's clearly just Aragorn too. Yeah. Which is, they've got the same haircut, man.
Yes.
So yeah, I would like to see a special rule for Lake Town that was not so dependent on Bard. I think they get to reroll ones near objectives, but then that only really applies to objective games.
Well, yeah.
So if the other one is the burglar one where Bilbo can nick objectives, but again, if you're not an objective game, you don't get that, and that relies on you taking Bilbo.
Yes, yeah.
Which he's a lot of points.
That's a lot of points for Bilbo, mate.
For someone who isn't he's not a fighter. No. He's okay. He's got the ring.
But you're only taking him for the objective thing.
But,
that's plus 75 points for that. So
if you go to a tournament, if you go to a 3-game event, and you play, hold ground, contest of champions, and then to the death.
Yeah, just go anyway.
Great. What's the point?
You've got Bilbo trying to kill things.
So I think, I would like to see it.
Yeah.
I think the reason you don't see it as much as well is that to hoard out Survivors of Lake Town, that is a lot of resin.
That's an expenditure. Yeah.
So
even if you 3D print it, just the time. To paint them. Yeah. It's not even a matter of painting them to a good standard. It's just painting them. Yeah. Painting them to a minimum standard.
Yeah.
Like a base coat in 3 colours. It's going to take a while.
Yes.
But I do think it's got play. I think it will at least podium an event this year, especially after the February FAQ.
Yes.
I think there'll be more hope for Lake Town.
Yeah.
Where do you think they sort of peak? What sort of points value do you reckon they would really excel at?
Bloody hell.
So at a glance, I would assume quite low, but then I don't know whether you want to cram in as many heroes as possible.
I think 6. If you're taking Gandalf and Bard, probably 600-700.
Right.
Yeah. Hey.
Sorry, I did the 6-7 thing.
Nick is currently ashamed to be here.
Are we 3 months too late to that trend? Oh no, I'm uncool. I'm on my Middle Earth podcast.
That's getting cut, and I don't mean the audio. I mean you're out of the podcast. You got your ban.
He's been officially fired.
Oh, it's good to keep things fresh.
Actually, maybe we're old and uncool enough that we can finally put the nail on the coffin of that bloody reference.
That's it.
We've single-handedly destroyed that phrase. Well done. Well done, Johnathan.
Thank you. So I think 600-700 points. Sorry, I did it again. 600 or 700 points. Survivors of Lake Town would be good because you can get both of them in.
Yeah.
I think you probably get Hilda Bianca in and then have Bard's family as well, so that you can buff them up.
Yeah.
And then enough troops to just flood the board, essentially.
Yeah.
Or enough bows to sit at the back and shoot if you need to.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, nice. Good choice.
That's it. Thank you. And to you both.
Yeah.
Yes, that's 6 armies that hopefully we'll see a lot more of for the next year.
Yes.
Except for White Council and Umbar, which you said for both of those that you like them because they will annoy your opponent. So
you never know, that might get a few people on board.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's all it takes. Sometimes you're able to chip a win just because your opponent is so frustrated that they do something really stupid.
Yes.
And they forget how to play for a minute.
Hey. Right then, I think that rounds off that section. We're getting on for time there. So that's pretty good though. It's pretty good. Better than the last one. We're on 140, so we're going to keep going.
That is better.
It is much better. Right, so we'll do a bit of Q&A. We've got a few questions that we had in December. We'll do a couple more of them. Yep. We're not going to read them all, though, because there's still lots, but we'll just keep catching up on them as we go along. So we had one from Todd Gauthier. He said, which armies or characters do you dread playing against and why?
I mean, for me...
Drop
my phone. I mean, anything that has like fearless where it has no business being. So I've whinged to the ends of the earth about Men of the West.
Yeah,
but that's one because
King LSR.
Yeah,
I don't worry too much about King LSR, to be honest, because it's just one guy, and if I'm taking a hero list, I could probably face tank him with someone like Elrond, and if I'm taking a swarmy list, I could just bog him, I could just drown him in bodies.
Yeah,
it's the fact that if you've got chances are, especially if you're playing evil, if you've got an elite evil army, you're probably relying on terror to not get dogpiled.
Yeah.
Can't do that anymore. And if you've got an elite good army, they're probably very killy, so you're relying on breaking someone and then have a few guys disappear from there to leave you alone, and that's not going to happen.
You can't do that. Yeah.
So like that's where I agree for there. Other than that, Ents are pretty scary for similar reasons, because the types of armies I play are low courage. So I have a hard time getting into them.
Yeah.
And the ones I play that are high courage rely on magic, and Ents just don't care about magic. It just doesn't phase them. Like, sure, I've got plenty of spells that technically do work on them, but it's not going to do anything. It's like, yeah, I can Sorcerer Splash Treebeard for what?
Yeah.
just to use my will.
Potentially do a wound. Yeah.
So I think those would be my two votes, just because I just know it's going to be a very... It's not even going to be a quick death. Like, if I see something where I know they're going to stomp me in 3 turns, I don't mind so much, because at least I get to go and have an early lunch. Yeah. But when I'm like, this is going to take forever, and I'm just not going to be able to do anything.
Yeah. I think usurpers, because I've been playing so many all-hero lists, when I see usurpers, I'm just like, oh my, that is such a nightmare. Because, you're like, they'll be wounding on 4s against everyone in my army. Yeah. So that one, I haven't faced usurpers. I think I faced them once with my Grey Company on my Ironfall stand. Yeah. But I wouldn't like to do it again. But yeah, armies, I think probably White Council.
You're welcome.
Hang on. Are we doing players as well?
Can if you want.
Redacted.
Yeah, I think for me, I play a lot of, as I said, I play a lot of the meta lists as it is. I've got them. So I know what people... But I think coming up against... I think the Depths of Moria, I've got to say, because it's just... It's so... as someone who plays it, you're like, it's so forgiving. You've got so many troops that'll just bog people down. You've got the Watcher, if you bring the Watcher, who can just pick off heroes left, right, and just leave them behind you. Pick them off objectives. You don't have to kill them, you just have to get them out of the way or isolate them or whatever. And then if you take the Balrog, he's got his own things going on. I just think it's such a dominating list in so many ways.
It's so many points values.
So and you can't break them unless you kill the Balrog. It's just so hard to beat. And I think that's why I enjoyed using it earlier in the year, was because, as I said, it was forgiving. It was something I hadn't picked it up since the previous edition. I was like, I'm just going to give it a go, see how it plays, and it played exactly the same, but better, because I didn't have to pay 75 points for a drum. And I was just like, this is... It's so easy to use. I mean, that's why I haven't won a tournament with it yet, because I'm not that good a player. But it's for me, it was easy to use. I didn't have to think too much about it and still do quite well. And then I kind of did really well at the 100 and thought, I'm not going to use that for a bit, because it was a bit like, it
is good.
The fact there's no compulsory hero title. Like a lot of lists are only good at certain points because they have the compulsory general. Yeah, and the fact that that's one of the few that doesn't.
Yeah, and
that means you can't avoid it, because you can just take a big swarm.
Yeah, you can spam just loads of goblins otherwise, or with the banner reroll, it's. I think I would hate to come up against that. I really would, and I think I came up against the Caribbean the other day. I came up against Alan, and he brought 5 Caribbean, I believe it was, he brought Dunland. which was quite nice to see on the table, actually. It was
like army of Dunland.
Legacy Dunland, yeah. So it was Dunland versus Lasterline. I was just giving Lasterline to run out. But them blooming birds, they took up so much of my time. One bird tanked a combat with Elendil, 3 Numenor warriors and an elf. And and then Elendil was like, right, I'm just going to go off and kill some easy troops. And that bird was there till the end of the game. And
damn,
I killed... I think I caused 15 wounds against Crabane in that game, and there was still 3 left.
I don't know how you balance Crabane either. I did think the other day that if they had survival instincts, that would be pretty cool.
Oh, I'll tell you how you balance them, because one of their rules I forgot about 10 seconds after reading it.
Yes.
And my Crabane, everyone was whinging about how powerful Crabane were. I was like, no, they're not. They're crap. Mine always dies.
Because I just played you.
The 6
is to hit on shooting.
Yeah.
If you don't have that, because they're still in defense 3.
Yes.
So if you don't have that, they just get shot to pieces really quickly.
That's true.
So because I've been playing without that rule, because I forgot it existed and I never looked at my
It was the game after we played.
Yeah. My Crabane have not been doing all that well. So I can tell you from personal experience, get rid of that rule, and they're completely reined in.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So there you go.
Does that apply like Legolas as well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's been a natural 6 as well, I think.
Natural 6.
So you can't even might it or anything.
Yeah.
I'm nuts. Yeah, get rid of that. That's awful for like the game.
So yes, there we go. Right, so I've got one from Jake Robson. He messaged back in December saying, "Loving the podcast. I have to ask though, as you are Talking Shire, I've not heard a lot of shite talk. What is your favourite Hobbit profile in the game?"
Right. Well, the easy answer is Sam.
Yes.
And I'm going to say that while I look up the rest of the Hobbit profiles.
Yes, as we're all frantically looking at the
I don't
profiles.
use a lot of Hobbits. I really like Frodo in Breaking of the Fellowship.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Because he gets the Light of Elendil.
Yes.
And he makes everyone... You can't be broken unless he's dead, and he gives everyone feelers.
Yeah.
Kind of nuts.
I say for totally different reasons. I love... Also hate, but love Lobelia Sackville Baggins's angry umbrella rule, because it's so fluffy and it should not be in the game at all, because it just makes zero sense that you can shut down a massive hero just because she was angry at them. So I love it because it's so ridiculous, but I also I
think the fact that she has that, and then I'm looking at the Furious Tirade special rule. So enemy warrior models cannot benefit from a hero model standfast.
Yes.
So she can just stop a hero fighting the whole game.
and stop the sandfast as well.
And then just, well, not the whole game, but and then just be like, oh, you've broken now, so all of your troops are going to disappear. I think that's,
So it's I think she's my favourite just for that, just for being a shit house basically.
I do like Sam. Looking at Sam,
Sam is
very having heroic strength, which gets you up to strength 4, is really funny.
Yeah,
because that's terrible. But then he gets his free heroic combats when he's near Frodo, which feels very thematic.
Yes, it does.
And then he gets his frying pan.
Frying pan's good.
Also very thematic.
Yeah.
See, his themey rules work in game and are really fun.
Yes,
and so
they're not too overpowered.
Yeah.
They're not, I think I would like to see a buffed up Sam.
Yeah,
where it's just
Sam a bit better.
Yeah,
and then the one Kira Thungal Sam.
Sam.
Yes,
yeah.
he just goes at it against the Mono Urukai, just taking them out. Yeah.
I don't know who else is in that.
Stabs a spider and then goes kills some Urukai. Yes, I think
I might get that in the Paths of Kirathungal supplement that's coming out.
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh.
And I'll get a Sam buff in a certain scenario. That'd be cool.
Yeah,
cool to use.
Yeah.
I think for me, favourite Hobbit, I've got a soft spot for Thorin's Company Bilbo.
Yes. Yeah.
Just because it's amusing to me that he's fight 2 with Strike.
Yes. Yeah.
And obviously you can give him the... Can you give him the Mithril Coat? I can't remember in that one. You can't give him the Mithril Coat in that one, I don't think.
No,
he gets that in his
Master Burglar.
Master Burglar one. But you can give him Sting to make him a whopping strength 3. And it's just funny to me that you can put the ring on with functioning no penalty. Like, no, I can't benefit from heroic moves. K. He's moving 4 inches, I don't care. He's going to very slowly trot over the board until I get near an objective. But you can just run him into something halve their fight. They were like, "Oh, it's okay. You only fight 2." It's like, "Oh, I'm gonna strike up to fight 4." Oh, look at that! I'm winning now.
Yeah.
Or even tying up against like a, if you could somehow get him into a troll and then tie on fight with them, and then or you maybe if you're lucky beat them on fight and then make one strike at strength 3.
Stab it in the foot. Bush.
I played a game with him a couple of times where he got dogpiled, and just the fact that I could strike won the fight for me. So I just wasted like 2 or 3 turns of time just about chipping wins with him by rolling a 6 on the 1 dice I was getting, and then he got torn to pieces, and it made absolutely no difference to the game at all. Yeah. But it was funny.
Yes.
But I do really like. I've never used him because he's only in Bywater, but I have plans to use Bywater at some point because I've made some bold comments in some of the group chats about Bywater actually being pretty good.
Wow.
It's probably the list I should have talked about. I should have made that the second list to talk about. But he's got some funky rules. So he's got sharpshooter.
Yeah.
For his throw stones. And he has champion stone skipper, which is basically the same as Ulri's dead shot. So if you can re-roll his failed hits, which is actually better than dead shot already. Re-roll the failed hits, and if you roll a natural 6 to hit, it just does a wound.
Nice.
No in the way, no rolling for wound, just does a wound.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, he gets Master of Traps, which basically, if you're familiar with the Bywater rules from last edition, or the Bywater rules from last edition, gives him the old army bonus. Tied to his profile now. Yeah. And that's just classic Nick behaviour because it's psychological warfare. Because what makes them great is 2 of them don't do anything. So you put all these trap markers.
Do you get 4 or is it 6? Or?
It's 1 second. I think you get. There's 4, but you get 2 of each. I think.
Oh, okay.
If I remember correctly. Yeah, 2 of each. So snare traps, tripwires, pitfalls, dummies.
My word.
Not most of them don't really do an enormous amount, but they're a nuisance.
It's going to make a second guess. You're going to second guess going towards.
So it's like pitfalls. They fall in the hole. Counters being trapped, can't move. They have to roll d6, and on 4 up they get out. So it's not even that hard to get out.
No.
But it's just funny that you can just waste some time. It's even funnier if a hero happens to fall into the hole. Snare trap, similar thing. They get near it, roll a 2+. Roll a d6 rather than a 2+. They get a strength 1 hit and a full prone.
Nice.
Cannot activate, will always count as trapped. They have to roll a d6, and if they roll equal to or less than their strength, then they're free from the trap. Okay. So again, unless you're also a hobbit, it's not that hard to get out of the snare trap.
Yeah.
But again, it's really funny. Especially if that strength 1 hit actually manages to kill them. And then the last one, the best one, is the dummy trap, where they'll be desperately trying to avoid it, and if you position them just right, they might avoid a dummy trap and walk into something else. So that's really my sort of gameplay there.
It does sound like your sort of That doesn't surprise me anymore. Now that I know the rules. I think I would also like to shout out Pippin.
Yes.
But specifically Pippin as war gear for Gandalf.
Yes.
Is amazing.
As a might store.
Yeah, especially in
store.
Defenders of the Pelennor.
Yeah.
When Gandalf can be like, great, I'll have your mate, and you sit down there and call a heroic combat when you can. See you. And then he leaves.
Run away.
So, great.
Jump and run. Yeah.
That's always fun.
Excellent.
Okay, right. I'll do one last question then, and we'll do the quiz. The quiz, yes. So I'll finish off Jake's question because he sent in 2 questions for the finale, but we only read one of them out. So his question number 2 was, I personally didn't do well at the event, 0 for 5.
Yeah.
We have mentioned that.
Condolences
for your Men of the West, 0 for 5. But still had an absolute blast. All of my opponents were great, not cheesy at all, and fair. However, some people are put off by a 2-day 100 event, thinking it's just full of gamey bastards. Is there anything you can suggest doing to get rid of this stigma? That's what he's put.
I mean, unfortunately, by the nature of being a 100, that's where the jammy lists are going to flourish.
Yeah.
And they're definitely going to appear. I think if you were a tournament organizer and you wanted to discourage that, have more stuff going on that encourages doof lists, whether that's prizes for weirdest lists or prizes for having, like, for example, shout out to Peter Frame, who's going to do it's not a 100 admittedly, but the 1,000-point tournament later in the year, and he's giving out prizes for anyone that has a list, anyone that brings an army that no one else brings.
Yeah, unique list, yeah.
Unique list, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because then, obviously, if you want to win, you're not going to care about those prizes, so you're going to bring the sweat list anyway.
Yeah.
But if you are just like one of the people that allegedly plays Men of the West for fun, I don't believe you, by the way.
Yeah.
But if you're making that claim, this is your chance to prove to prove it. You'd be like, oh, well, I want to go for one of the funny prizes, and I'll take something different.
So little side quests and things. I think. Yeah.
I think as well, like the 100s are competitive.
Yeah. Just by nature.
And I think it's okay that they're competitive. Yes. Because the top guys across the country need to score big points somewhere.
And there should be plenty of 80s and 90s.
And there are. Like there's enough spread that it doesn't feel like it's just cheesy bastards who are at all of them. Sorry, go on.
No, I was
going to say, like, we were all at the 100.
Yeah.
And we got battered. For 2 rounds we got battered.
For the this is about what I was going to say.
Yeah, but then like game 3 and 4 were really fun.
So much fun.
They were really fun. They were very relaxed and everyone's kind of having a bit of a joke. And then game 5, when I was finally able to crawl myself up from death, that was a really close game.
Yes.
And it's like, I think the good thing about the 100s being sort of competitive is that you can see the breadth of skill.
Yes.
And maybe humblingly know exactly where you are on the pecking order.
I think by its nature, with it being a competitive event, you're going to get, as you said, your competitive players are going to float to the top. Yeah. They're going to end up on the top tables and playing, really competitively. And then everyone else is going to float around the middle to the bottom. And we had a party on the bottom tables. Game 3 was just so much fun. We just kind of sat there looking at each other, playing games, and
it was fantastic.
It was a lot of fun. And I think to make it, I don't know if there's so much. I don't think you can break that stigma. I think competitive events are going to be competitive.
Yeah,
that's it. But as you said, little side quests, little prizes for doing something different, that definitely would help. And I think some are actually doing stuff like that, like Lord of the Imps. It's very much the custom scenarios and stuff, and you've got to think about how your list's going to. So you might want to bring something really fun, and it kind of, and there's prizes for stuff like that. So it's kind of thought out to make it more fun than it is competitive. But then the competitive players will play competitively.
Yeah.
So it's kind of you play it how you want, and I think maybe advertising that when you're doing the 100s, yes, it's a competitive event, but I have these fun things going on. Yeah. So it's worth coming, even if you don't think you're going to win.
Custom scenarios is a great one because that's a good way to level the playing field a bit. Because part of the reason why the top players are the top players, the sweaty players are the sweaty players, is because they know it in and out.
Yes,
and so by having something that they show up to and they've never seen before can throw them through a loop. However, that comes with a caveat that please, for the love of God, test them and test them a lot, because I've encountered some custom scenarios where I was like, "You didn't test this, did you? This is." Or maybe you tested it and you used like the 2 most common armies or 2 really vanilla ones, and it seemed fine on that one game, but like it doesn't function now.
Yeah, I got that.
I hope that was an underhand dig, by the way.
It's specifically game 3.
Game 3 of my tournament. Yeah, that's so bad.
It's a great story. I drew that scenario.
Oh, well done.
So no one can complain that it's too swingy.
You got a draw.
So,
excellent.
Yeah, but
I'm still living about that seagull though. So
I can't go 3 years in a row without getting a seagull. If there are any dedicated fans out there, keep track of how many times I mention how upset I am that seagull.
I might just keep bringing it up
because
it's quite fun.
It will be mine.
All right, so I hope that answers your questions. So we're going to do our quiz now. Yeah. So I've kept it nice and straightforward because I did think we'd probably run over loads of time because we were just, as I said, talk shite. So
we came out the gate pretty strong with complexity of quiz questions. To be fair,
yes. Read it in.
So I have this quiz. It is fairly straightforward, but it's going to pit you against each other. So we need to.
I don't want to work collaboratively.
Well, you have to. You technically could for this, but I'm not going to.
No, I want to.
So I'm going to get up my timer, and we need to figure out who's going to go first and who's going to go second. It might have to be random because the second player might have time to think about their answers. I know it's very strange.
Are we in mastermind?
No, it's not quite that bad. So whoever's going to go first and second, if only we had dice, because this is, we play a dice game, but we're not going to.
Should rock, paper, scissors?
Rock, paper, scissors. Do it.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Rock, paper, scissors.
You do it different.
Jonathan just swore at you.
Sorry.
It was a scissors. It was an angry
second, I guess.
Okay. Right, so Nick's going first. So you have to choose good or evil.
Good.
Right. So there are 108 lists in the game. You will have a minute and a half to name as many good lists as you possibly can.
No.
Okay.
And there are 54 good and 54 evil. Funnily enough. So
that's quite cool.
So you got a minute and a half, and it is starting now.
Arathorn Stand, Battle of Bywater, the Shire, the White Council, Reclamation of Osgiliath, the Eagles, Fangorn, Army of Lake Town, Survivors of Lake Town, Defenders of the Pelennor, Battle of Five Armies, Grief of Aomer, Grey Company, it's the Beornings, Army of Thror, Army of Erebor, Erebor and Dale, Garrison of Dale, Army of Dale, Erebor Reclaimed, Iron Hills, it's all going black, Khazad-dûm, Lothlorien, Rangers of Mirkwood, Halls of Thranduil, Minas Tirith, Army of Rohan, Army of Edoras, and that's a separate one. Defenders of the Hornburg, Defenders of Helm's Deep, Road to Helm's Deep, Ride Out, Atop the Walls.
You're very close.
The Fellowship.
Yes.
Breaking of the Fellowship.
Yes.
Thorin's Company. God, I'm struggling.
And that's it.
Whew.
41 you got.
Oh, that's pretty good.
But I'm going to have to take one off you because you said Army of
Kingdom,
Rohan,
isn't it?
Kingdom.
Yeah.
So
I was getting that and Army of Edoras combined in my head.
So well done.
Oh yeah, I'm happy with that.
pretty darn good. So that gives you the evil list.
It does. I haven't played an evil army for. Well, I played evil at the 50-point event.
Okay.
So I played 7 models, and I haven't played an evil army since I think since the last 100.
Wow.
Well, okay.
Oh dear.
Okay, well.
Oh no, I did Kurathungal as well.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, you've got 40 to beat, so good luck. Your time starts now.
Okay, so we've got Host of the Witch King.
Yep.
We've got Shadows of Angmar. We've got Army of Khorne Dûm. We've got the 3 Trolls. We've got Azog's Hunters. We've got Army of Gundabad.
Yep.
We've got Army of the Great Eye. Army of the White Hand.
Yep.
We've got Rise of Necromancer.
Yep.
We've got Assault on Lothlorien.
Yep.
We've got... I'm going to stop saying we've got. We've got... Sorry, Dragons of the North. Can't. Loads of Scouts. Yes. Ugluk Scouts. How am I running out?
30 seconds left.
30 seconds left. What the heck? Kurathungal. Sorry. Minas Morgul.
Yep.
Harad.
Yep.
Umbar.
Yep.
Battle of Greenfields? Or is that the good side one?
That's the good side one.
Oh, shit. Sharky's Rogues.
Yeah.
Wraiths on Wings. Oh, I've done terribly here. Baradeur!
Yes!
That is end of time.
I think Ravages of the Shire was one you were thinking.
Ravages of the Shire, yeah. So 21. 21, Jonathan.
How many we
I
got?
do think you've got the bad end of that stick, because that would have been the same.
How many points do I get for we got?
You get a bonus 5 points for making one all laugh. So, but unfortunately, that still only gives you 26.
To be fair, that did eat about 20 seconds of your time up.
Yeah. Sorry everyone at home.
Yeah,
we're not. Do we play many evil armies between us?
I don't think we do, to be honest.
Well, except for depths.
Would you like me to read all the evil armies out?
Yeah.
Because I think you got most of the good ones, so there's no point.
That was insane. I didn't even breathe.
It was really good. Actually, you said them so fast. I was taking them off as I went, and I couldn't. I was just tallying them after that. So
I think what helps with the good armies is you got so many with the same name.
Yeah.
Like how many are like something of Dale, something of Dale, something of variable, something of variable.
Yeah. I was trying to go through them like thematically.
Yeah.
And then I kept saying
we've got.
And that really got into my head. Sorry.
So right, so evil armies: Army of Condu, Army of Dunland, Army of Gothmog, Army of Gundabad, Army of the Great Eye, Army of the White Hand, Assault upon Helm's Deep, Assault on Lothlorien, Ozark's Hunters, Barad-dûr, Besiegers of the Homeburg, the Black Gate, the Black Riders, Burdur's Horde, Cirith Ungol, Corsair Fleets, Depths of Moria, Desolator of the North, Dragons of the North, the Easterlings, Far Harad, Fell Beings of Mirkwood, Goblin Town, Grand Army of the South, Harad, Host of the Dragon Emperor, Host of the Witch King, Legions of Mordor, Lords of Scouts, Minas Morgul, Moria, Muster of Isengard, Pits of Dol Guldur, Ravagers of the Shire, Rise of the Necromancer, the Serpent Horde, Shadows of Angmar, Sharky's Rogues, the Spider Queen's Brood, the Three Trolls, Ugluk Scouts, Umbar, Usurpers of Edoras, Varyags of Kand, Wolf Pack of Angmar, Wolves of Isengard, and Wraiths on Wings. Oh. So there you go.
They're already gone.
I think, to be honest with you, I only played 3 of them max.
Yeah.
Like this, I really would have struggled with the evil side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the only reason I'm good at naming armies is because I spent quite a lot of time, especially towards the start of the edition, especially once I started to get bored of White Hand, going through them with a fine-tooth comb to see if any of them had any real stanky combinations I could use to get a rise out of people. Okay. So
you're not I've been well in this episode. We apologise for Nick.
Yeah, so I was going in and out of them quite a lot, just saying like, can I do something funny with them? Can I do something funny with them? Can I do something funny with them? Like picking out the ones that I could do.
Wow.
Fair enough. Right. Well, there you go.
Well, congratulations.
Congratulations, Nick.
So you're 2.
Yeah, you're the first one to get 2 now. So 2-1-1.
Yeah.
Okay, out ahead. So yeah, that is pretty much it. So we'll do a usual event shout out. We've got a new one coming up.
We do.
That we are launching at Northern Lions Games, our 200 points Peter Bowl event. If anyone doesn't know, Peter Bowl was this random 50-point no named heroes, no might will fate event that is held just before Christmas. It was 11 games in one night. It was a little bit
fantastic. It was fun. You know what? Whoever won that event, handsome chap. That's all I'll say.
Fair enough. So we've kind of hopped on that idea, but we're doing 200 points, no named heroes, and it's going to be at Northern Alliance Games on the second Thursday of every month. We are launching it on the 22nd though, this one, because it was too soon to launch this month. So that's going to be a regular every month thing. It's going to be very beginner friendly because there's no kind of extra heroes stuff to worry about. Just if you want to try something new, obviously you would like things to be painted for the sake of, gameplay, but if you want to just try a different army, try something new, if you're just coming into the game, you've just got a box of warriors and a hero, just come down and give it a go. We're all very friendly. It was more a way of getting new players into the game and into tournament play and kind of seeing how it works. So if you want to give it a go, come down and have a go. It's just the normal £5 entry for Northern Lions Games. There's no extra fee, so come along to them. It's 22nd of Jan if you come to that one, and then the second Thursday of every month after that. So we've got Gondor in 60 seconds, the GBHL 100 on the Saturday, Sunday of the 24th and 25th of January, which you're not going to it, but are you going to it? Yes, of course you are. Yes, you're both going to that one. I won't be there, but you guys can give me a lowdown. That was 650 points. So Hero We Deserve, that's Northern Alliance. That's Alan Cameron's Hero, the custom Hero one. Yeah. I'm looking forward to that one.
You two are going to,
you're
I'm
on
not.
One.
So you can give me a lowdown.
Yes. So let you know how we've done there. And then we've got my event in February on Sunday the 22nd. That is the GBHL 90 event. So fairly competitive, but 800 points. So we'll see how that goes. That's pretty much it for this episode. Thank you all for listening. It's been a pleasure as always.
Yeah.
And
thank you.
Yeah, and we shall see you next time on Talking Shire. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.